I want to talk, but I want to let the music play. I feel good to finally be able to do this. This game did not set up very well. So I guess with that explanation, I just shouldn't waste any time. Experience the story of Persona 4. Persona 4 Arena story mode. What? Select a story, the CPU will fight for you when auto mode is on. What? I know nothing of the story or how any of this works.
So you will not require our assistance.
I don't have to read.
Is that correct?
Dot 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 dot.
Very well. In that case, there is nothing more to be said.
That's not Igor's voice.
As for your presence here, this room is ordinarily only accessible to those bound by a contract.
Also, the audio in this game's kind of scuffed, so I might have to tinker with it.
You are fated to refine your power. You will most definitely require our assistance.
That's not our Igor.
Eventually. Until we meet again, farewell.
Not my Igor. Send him back.
Most intriguing.
Are you certain about
I don't
this?
like it. It's so bad.
Our domain is indivisible from the destiny of our guests. Nothing meaningless happens in this room, which can only mean that the fate of our visitor just now will be...
Margaret?
Pardon. I spoke out of turn. We are only allowed to watch over and assist those guests who are bound by the terms of the contract.
Indeed.
Send him back. Please.
So, the young man Yu Narukami is tied to our recent guest's fate. I wonder what fate,
I wonder who that
or
guy
rather,
is.
encounter will await him. Yu Narukami. Now
Narakama?
that's a guest who never ceases to amaze.
Yeah, you kissed that guy. I was there. I did it. Oh, whatever could be happening. I actually don't know. I don't know the story. Oh, I do have to read. It's May 5th, the day after we saw Labrys and the Shadow Operatives off. What? Did I skip something? We're in the corner of the chaotic as usual Junes food
I
court.
had a hunch this was gonna happen.
Well, your hunch isn't getting us anywhere. What are we supposed to do? There's not a single open seat.
Was I supposed to play the Persona Arena story first? Instead of the Persona 4 story?
That's just how it goes at Junes during Golden Week. And on Children's Day at that. If it wasn't this busy, we'd be out of business by now.
Today's Children's Day?
Huh?
He has a voice.
I should have brought Nanako.
That's what you're worried about?
Watching the kids run around, I think back to Nanako's face when I told her I'd be going out. She looked like she wanted to say something. I feel bad I didn't ask her about it. But given what we came to talk about, I couldn't take her with me. I wonder if she's watching TV alone now, like usual, or like she usually does.
Yo, Senpai! I got us some seats.
Yeah, I think I was supposed to play the Persona Arena first.
Ooh, good job, Kanji!
That's pretty impressive, Kanji. Especially for you.
We're gonna... We're just gonna leave. And if this also isn't right, then... then we'll dip. I don't know, because I feel like I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do first. Really should have done my research. Blue. The floor, the ceiling, the furnishing. Everything is blue. Oh, blue would like that. It's quite unlike what I normally see throughout my day. And yet, my heart is mysteriously calm. I recognize the slight rumbling as an engine and realize I feel like I'm supposed to say of an engine and realize that I'm in a car. Or rather, someplace else I recognize.
Welcome.
Wait,
to
that's
the
the Igor.
Velvet Room.
That's my Igor. He's here. The old man with the bizarre face sitting before me makes an expression that appears to be a smile. Okay, this might be... Okay, I think this is the story I'm meant to be doing. Sitting quietly next to an old man is a woman as beautiful and delicate as an ice sculpture.
Ah, it seems we have a guest with an intriguing destiny.
I'm not the fake Igor from the other story
My
you're
name
looking at.
is Igor. I am delighted to make your acquaintance.
Okay, I think this is right. The Velvet Room? Igor? Even though I'm barely conscious, I remember that this is not the first time I've heard those names. I see. This is a dream. This happened in the past. I've been in this room before. Yikes, imagine coming back for a second round. If my memory is correct, what he says next is...
This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. It is a room that only those who are bound by a contract may enter. It may be that such a fate awaits you in the near future.
You know, I was excited I didn't have to read. And then they hit me with this. The words I expect to hear fall from the old man's mouth. I'm surprised that I still remember them. Well, it's as if you came here like every day. Another me, the one not in the dream, can't help but smile at that.
Now then, why don't you introduce yourself?
My life's about to get exciting again, because I'm in the Velvet Room. I remember this too. When I said my name here, it forged a contract with them. And so I answer. You Narakama. It's you Narakami. When I open my eyes, the light is so blinding that I have to squint. Why is the text so, like, slow? For a moment, I can't figure out where I am, and I look around.
Right. I was on my way back.
He's got a voice. Oh god, it's so quiet. Oh, message speed? Oh, we're going fast. I can't. Alright, we're stuck with this. I mutter to myself and look out the window. The sky is somewhat cloudy, unfortunately, but the scenery is as peaceful as always. It seems that I fell asleep on the train headed to the countryside where I spent the last year, in Inaba. If I recall correctly, when I first came to that town, it was an afternoon just like this. I dozed off in the same way back then and was summoned to the Velvet Room. That was when Igor said that misfortunes would befall me. Just as he foretold, I was dragged into an outrageous murder mystery. That was no ordinary case. We're essentially going to summarize all of Persona 4 Golden. The Midnight Channel, Shadows and Personas, the power of the heart. I saw things that could scarcely be believed. But I made memories there that could never be replaced, as well. We gained the power of personas, and we suffered together. I stood with my friends on the investigation team against those misfortunes, and fought alongside them, and I even beat up Yosuke. There's no way I could have overcome such ordeals without their
I
help.
wonder what everyone's been up to.
Thank you. After solving the mystery, it was decided that I would leave Inaba since my parents would be returning from overseas around the same time. It's been about 2 months since I last saw them all, as they said goodbye to me at that train station. I had decided to stay at the Dojima residence during Golden Week so that I could spend the holiday with my friends. Of course, my uncle was happy to hear this, and his only daughter Nanako should be glad to see me too.
Oh, damn it. I still haven't picked up Yosuke's gift.
Why are we giving a gift to Yosuke? Well, it is something quite particular, I guess. Actually, I'd received a call from Teddy, one of my investigation team friends, this morning. You know, one of my cool friends from another world. The details of the conversation were a bit troublesome.
Hello? Is this Sensei?
I'm in your dreams.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really sorry to bring this up, but I forgot to tell you something very important. I have a special request for the souvenirs I'm sure you'll be bringing your barest friend.
My barest friend, Teddy. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to tell people what you want them to bring you as a souvenir. I already have souvenirs for everyone, but oh well. Sure enough, Teddy was only asking for some snacks that aren't sold in Inaba, so it wasn't much trouble. Ah, but there was one problem.
Oh, and one more thing. Can I ask you to pick up something for Yosuke too?
I need you to cure his
I was
ligma.
planning on bringing something for everyone anyway, but go ahead.
Cool! Well, Yosuke's been down in the dumps after his mommy burned his favorite nurse.
What?
She was what I called scorching hot.
Yosuke's
Just
mom
kidding.
burned a nurse?
A nurse?
Yeah.
Aw, come on, Sensei. You know
Talking
what
about
I'm
his waifu
talking
figures?
about. His nurse magazine
Oh.
with the chest examinations and the bear behinds.
I see.
So that's what we're talking about.
And you expect me to buy him a replacement?
Of course, silly. People coming to visit are supposed to bring presents.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Oh, I was planning to head back tomorrow, but since we're meeting up early, I decided to go back today. Can you pass that on to everyone?
Aha! Then the sexy nurses will be arriving even sooner. It'll be like,
Wow, boy.
Sensei, we have an emergency patient. Yosuke will be so happy.
Dude, if my friend walked up to me and said, here's a replacement
Okay,
magazine,
then, we'll
I'd be like, dude,
waiting
why?
for you.
I'm a little worried now. I hope he isn't telling everyone something that would be given to them, or that would give them the wrong idea. Well, I should just call again once I get there. But in the end...
Nurses, huh?
Oh god. I wasn't able to pick one up for him. How can I put it? I feel bad for Yosuke if I gave him that magazine, and every time he opened it, his friend's face kept popping in his head. Yeah, exactly. And I have to think, Yosuke has his pride too. He doesn't need me buying him this stuff. And again, this is Yosuke we're talking about. I'm sure he'll understand if I explain my reasoning. Probably.
Now pulling into Yaso Inaba. This will be the last stop. Yaso Inaba.
Oh,
They couldn't even get the same voice? Yikes. End of the line already? It looks like we've been asleep for a lot longer than I thought. Just as thought came to me, a certain worry crossed my mind. If I had a dream of the Velvet Room, does it mean I'm going to be dragged into another adventure? No, I shouldn't think such things. What is this, a dancing adventure? I'm overthinking it. Igor had said I am delighted to make your acquaintance after all, so it's nothing but a dream. It's quite misleading since I've had dreams of being summoned into that room ever since. The train begins to slow and I take that as my cue to gather my belongings from the luggage rack above me. When the train comes to a complete stop and the doors open, even the smell of the wind evokes a sense of nostalgia. I think I'm getting a little too sentimental. I step out to the platform with a weary smile. Place a bookmark? Sure. They're really playing this like a book. Respect. I'm standing in front of the train station, but this town is as quiet as it's always been. I realize that the sun has started to set and the orange sky envelops the world.
now what should I do?
Oh, who opened the Oblivion Gates again? Today is May 2nd. According to the calendar, the latter half of the holiday will begin tomorrow. I told Ojima that I was going to arrive today, but it seems he's been too busy with work to come get me. Ryotaro Dojima. He's my uncle. I stayed with him last year. He's a detective with the Inaba police, and he's raising his elementary school-age daughter, Nanako, by himself. Except for when I was here, when I was raising her. It seems that he was suddenly contacted by the detective from the Metropolitan Police Department regarding last year's case, and will have to work late. What happened last year was very serious, so I guess it's not too surprising he's busy. He shouldn't have worried about it. I recall how apologetic he sounded over the phone and can't help smiling. I told him that I knew the way over to the station, but a bag packed with necessities and souvenirs for everyone turns out to be quite a load. Nanako must be waiting for me alone at the house, so I want to get there as soon as possible. To be honest, I don't know when the bus will come. Maybe I should just call for a taxi. Just as I'm thinking this...
Huh? Nanako?
I walked all the way here.
Big bro!
God, their mouth moving with the portraits is very weird. It is Nanako. There's no way I'd mistake her.
You came to meet me all on your own?
Why did she come to the station all by herself? True, the Dojima residence is within walking distance, but it couldn't have been easy for her. Even though it's still light out right now, it will get dark soon, and the country roads are barely lit. What would she have done if I hadn't been here? I'm about to voice my concerns, but Nanako sounds slightly proud when she says,
Don't worry, Dad knows about it. He gave me money for the bus. He said he couldn't make it, so I came instead. Welcome back, big bro.
Welcome
I wanted
back.
to see you so much.
You ready to plant more veggies?
Thanks. I'm happy to see you again, too.
Sorry, Nanako. I can't plant veggies this time. I'm physically unable to. I see. She must have wanted to show me that she's grown up too. She is around that age after all. For a moment, I'm surprised that Dojima let her do this. But I can kind of imagine what kind of conversation took place. Nanako had always been a capable girl, but over the past years her housekeeping skills have improved greatly, and she's proven herself to be very reliable. She takes the lead in many things within the house, and even Dojima can't compete with her sometimes. I can easily imagine that scene in my mind. And it's true that I'm glad someone came to welcome me. Yeah, not even Yosuke did it. I take Nanako's hand and we begin walking side by side.
Well, no sense standing around here. What's in the fridge at home?
Yeah, there's a lot more reading than I thought.
Lots. Dad and I bought a ton of stuff since you were coming to visit.
If Nanako says so, then he really must have bought a lot. Dojima did say he'd picked up dinner for us, but if that's the case, maybe I should put together something to go with it. I ask Nanako what she wants to eat, and she looks back with a twinkle in her eyes.
Are you gonna cook dinner? Ooh, I want to help.
I want omelets again. Nanako and I make small talk while we walk through Inaba together for the first time in a little while. Being here like this makes me feel as if I've gone back in time to a year ago. And I hate it. It means people are dying again. After we get back to the Dojima home, I hurry and unpack my belongings before heading to the kitchen. Nanako helps me out as diligently as she had claimed earlier. The way she mixes the eggs seems more skillful than ever. You're such a good girl, Nanako.
Good evening. This is the Evening Journal with news for May 2nd. Our top story is on the domestic airline that was hijacked yesterday.
The TV is in the living room. That goes through the house. Thinking back on it, it was on quite often in this place. When I first came to Inaba, Nanako was practically being raised by the television. Yeah, that goes to show you what the television does these days. Ooh. There'd been this odd sense of distance between us around that time. She hadn't started calling me Big Bro, and we didn't cook together like we're doing now. It's the little things that bring back memories. Whereas we're about done making dinner, Dojima arrives with some deluxe sushi. Nanako quickly gets up and rushes to the door, as she does. She seems so happy when her father comes home. Dojima apologizes about the sudden increase in his workload, and then we all sit at the table and begin eating. Ah, look at this scene. How nice. I can get rid of the words. They're still eating PNGs technically. Being here like this makes me feel like the 2 months I was gone never happened at all. There's a warm atmosphere as if I've always been part of this family and I lived here with them for my entire life. Also, Dojima doesn't sit on that side of the table. Also, Nanako sits on the other side. I know this. I think both of them from deep in my heart, and after I give them the souvenirs I'd bought for them, we enjoy chatting with each other as a family. Inconsistent. How dare they? Oh, it's my room. Where's my Teddy statue?
Phew.
Oh, it's not a Persona 3 calendar anymore. It's a Catherine calendar. Oh, that's a little sus. Whew. Another familiar room. This is the room that was prepared for me on the second floor of the Dojima residence. Also, I never had a Jack Frost doll. That's cool. We didn't buy Yosuke the Nurse magazine because we bought ourselves a Catherine magazine. Or a calendar. Nanako had fallen asleep after all the excitement. After carrying her to her room, I tell my uncle that I'll be going to bed early as well, since I had plans. All he says was okay, gesturing toward the second floor. I'm a little perplexed by this, but I have my suspicions, and as I open the door to my old room, it seems I was right. The room is no different than it had been when I was living here. It's exactly the same as it was when I left Inaba. I closed the door with a feeling of wistfulness. As I sit down on my sofa and consider my uncle's thoughtfulness, I sigh in exhaustion from the long journey. I'll be able to see my friends tomorrow. Considering that there are still several days left in the holiday, it may be nice to leave early tomorrow and go visit the shopping district. And we're probably going to be reading a lot for about an hour. I just realized.
It's raining.
Oh, wait, maybe not. The time is just before midnight. In mere moments, it will be a new day. Whenever it rains at night, I end up checking the time. While I spent the last year in Inaba, I was always checking for the Midnight Channel, which was the popular urban legend here in Inaba. It's a bad habit of mine, even when I'm not here. If you look at a turned-off TV at midnight on a rainy day, you will see your soulmate. Discovering that this rumor was actually true was the first reason why I became involved in the murder investigation last year. But the person who actually appears on the Midnight Channel isn't your soulmate. It's the next victim. After discovering this, we all nervously sat before our TVs on rainy nights in order to solve the case.
That brings back some memories. Nothing will show anymore, though.
Or so you think. Will nothing really appear, though? I suddenly have doubts. Why would I think that? After we solved that case, we all confirmed that the Midnight Channel wasn't appearing anymore. The empty screen stays silent. So why?
Just in case.
It's not going to turn on. There's no way. The more I think about it, the more I feel my resolve fading. I peer into the TV screen as if something is drawing me to it. The only thing I see is my reflection into the dark glass of the CRT television. Or so I thought. Ooh, oh.
Rivals. They are friends, yet powerful foes.
So loud.
The desperate fighting program amongst high school students. A new legend is about to start.
May the manliest of all men come on down!
Nobody touches his precious Nanako, the sister complex kingpin of steel, Yu Narukami!
It's only natural.
Wage slave in the boonies by day, hero by night, Captain Resentiment, Yosuke Hanamura!
Everything that bores me has gotta go!
A spunky dragon with deadly legs, the carnivore whose discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka!
You need to eat more meat!
Please escort me to the ring, my prince! The unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Amagi!
I'll finish you in one strike!
Blooming roses and bulging muzzles, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor, Kanji Tatsumi!
Deep into realms of romance,
the body of a child, the brain of a genius, the 2000 IQ killjoy detective, Naoto Shirogane!
Is this an army of idiots?
Fight and survive towards the one throne waiting at the end! The P1 Grand Prix where fierce fights will be fought! The battle begins tonight!
Yeah, remember when I said the audio was scuffed? What did I just watch?
What on earth was
that? That was cool. I mean, yeah, it was cool. But
what?
Mega loud.
Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel?
Was that me? Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel? I'm impressed. There's so much wrong with that phrase, I don't know where to begin. No, I shouldn't be thinking about that. Those words aren't the problem here. I hurry to make sure that the TV isn't plugged in. That was the Midnight Channel. Was it actually showing, or what it was actually showing was rather ridiculous, but thinking back, everything the Midnight Channel showed last year didn't make sense either. I'm suddenly gripped by tension. The Midnight Channel is appearing again. I have to find out why. I pull out my cell phone and search for Yosuke's number.
Let's see. H.
Man, you have so many numbers you gotta
Yosuke.
search. I quickly hit the call button. Does everyone know about this? Is everyone aware that the Midnight Channel is still being broadcasted? Do they know what it's showing us? And that we've been given taglines that can only be described as uncharitable?
Hello, this is Yosuke.
Yosuke?
It's nothing. I just freaked out when you called all of a sudden. Yeah, that's it. What's up? Hey, when do you want to meet?
I could tell what's going on just by the sound of his voice. Yosuke knows about what's happened on the Midnight Channel just now, and he's trying to hide that from me. Considering that I've been out of Inaba for a while, I bet he's trying to keep me from worrying about it. There's no need for him to be concerned about that. Then again, I can kind of feel and I can kind of understand how he feels. I am his friend.
That's not why I was calling. I saw the Midnight Channel. You saw it too, right?
Huh?
I can easily hear Yosuke panicking on the other side of the phone. He's probably surprised that I saw the Midnight Channel when I shouldn't be in Inaba right now. He must be thinking that the Midnight Channel is now appearing on national TV network. Looks like Teddy didn't tell them after all.
Did Teddy not tell you? Since we're meeting up early tomorrow, I decided to come today. I figured you wouldn't think I could have seen it, so I gave you a call.
Well, I assumed you weren't here yet, so I didn't want to rely on you.
I wanted to be the cool leader this time.
You haven't changed. So how about it? You're not gonna leave this be, are you, Captain Rasantama?
What?
Why'd you zero in on that part? Did you see how they called you a sister complex kingpin?
Mine's not that bad.
You think?
It's not that bad, but...
Oh, I ought to tell you.
You know.
That program's not the only strange thing lately.
Uh-oh.
Teddy, Rise, and Kanji aren't here either. They disappeared.
Kanji disappeared? For a moment, I'm at a loss for words. Not only did the Midnight Channel come back on, we've lost contact with 3 of our friends. I have a bad feeling about this. I can't believe that those two things are unrelated.
Alright, we should get together tomorrow like we planned.
Yeah, at the
That might be
food
why
court.
I only unlocked 4 characters at the beginning.
Welcome back, partner.
I'm suddenly reminded that I haven't even greeted Yosuke yet. I finally feel the sense of worry fade a little, and I answer with a smile.
It's good to be here.
No matter what has happened, our friends may be in danger. If that's so, then there's only one thing to do. Speaking of things I have to do...
Oh, right. Sorry to say, I forgot to pick up your souvenir.
A souvenir? Don't even worry about it, man.
You sure? I thought you were really looking forward to it. Those nurses.
Nurses?
I had a feeling he wouldn't get it if I don't tell him flat out. This is rather hard to bring up, but oh well.
Yeah, Teddy asked me to get it for you. He said you were crushed that they got burned.
Oh, wait, this is all...
I didn't know you were into nurses.
Shut up! That's enough!
Now shut up, Yosuke.
Damn it, you're trying to wind me up, aren't you? Stay home, you jerk.
But I'm already here. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
How can I leave if I'm already here? At least it seems like he understands about a souvenir. In any case, the preparations have been made. Tomorrow I'll meet with everyone to sort through whatever information we have on the situation. If we have to, we'll go back into that world. It'd be best if this was all just our imaginations. But unfortunately, we know that the Midnight Channel wouldn't appear without a reason. I should make sure I'm ready for tomorrow and get some rest. Well, at least progress is moving quick. Hopefully we're in the TV before long. This place is lively as always. I look across the food court on Junes's roof for the first time in a while. Even though there aren't many people in Inaba, this place is exceptionally crowded. Plus, because it's Golden Week as well, I feel like it's busier than usual. I happened to run into Yosuke at the elevator. We briefly greeted each other. Guys are weird like that. We stood there in silence and we made eye contact and we nodded our heads, making a silent greeting. The closer we are, the more simple our interactions when we meet each other face to face. 2 of us step out of the food court. We immediately find Yukiko and Jie. They wave back at us. They wave back at us past the playground area from the bench they're sitting on.
Good to see you guys again.
Welcome back! We missed you!
Shut up, Chie.
Guest of honor's finally here! You're looking well. Welcome back.
I know about the Midnight Channel, you two. Oh, axe over.
Oh, He already knows about the Midnight Channel thing. He's actually the one who called me up about it.
Oh, I see. This has turned into a pretty thrown-together reunion, hasn't it? But I'm glad you came.
We chat some more while we all sit down. Then Yosuke stands up and clears his throat loudly. He's probably been waiting for the right moment to say something. He hasn't mentioned anything to me, but I can easily guess what he's about to say. We all look towards Yosuke.
Well, it sucks that we can't hang out more before jumping into another mystery, but to celebrate our partner's return, I hereby reinstate the investigation team in response to the Midnight Channel going back on the air last night.
His mouth looking like that while he talks is just funny.
Oh, the team is back!
Well, sort of back.
Just hearing that name again gets me all fired up. Yeah, let's do this!
Clappy, clap,
I
clap.
think the applause is necessary.
Why not? It's been 2 months since we last saw each other, after all. Chie and Yukiko start chuckling when I shrug, and though Yosuke seems saddened at that, he still ends up laughing along as well. It's a relief to see that they're the same as always, but because of that, it makes me even more worried about the friends that aren't here right now. We can't start slacking off. We begin to sort through the information that we know about already.
Well, let's get cracking. I mean, this is no laughing matter. No one's heard from Teddy, Kanji, or Rise. Just those three, right?
Didn't we just have a phone call with
Yeah.
Teddy?
Oh, I got a hold of Naoto-kun, but I didn't tell her about this stuff. She told me she couldn't make it today because of her job, so I didn't want to worry her. She seemed pretty bummed that she couldn't be here too.
Yikes. She has a reason for not being here, and we can still contact her, then Naoto should be fine. That leaves Teddy, Rise, and Kanji. Well, we're fine with one of those being gone. Not hearing back from them after an entire day has passed isn't normal at all. The relationship between their sudden disappearances and the reappearance of the Midnight Channel last night disturbs me.
One thing's been bothering me.
If Rise was here, she'd have been here already, because Narukami's around.
Yeah. Going by the pattern from last year, it wouldn't be that clear until after the victim entered the TV.
Hey, isn't this the first time a big group of people was shown together? Plus, we're still here.
Why us anyway? And what's up with those insulting descriptions?
Where's Namatame? Where's Adachi? Jay seemed pretty angry about it. Many of the locals know about the rumor of the Midnight Channel. In other words, this troubling broadcast has already been seen by who knows how many people. From what I've been told, the moment Chie tried to ask another student about the Midnight Channel, the other girl ran away with a look of fear on her face. It's no surprise that Chie would be angry. But in the end...
What bothers me most is Teddy, who's acting like the host of that show.
Yeah, and we can't find him.
This smells fishy. Then again, I doubt he would play a prank like this for no reason.
I guess we'll just have to go inside the TV and find out what's going on.
That's right, go inside the TV. Out of everything, that was the element that shook our common sense the most. Out of everything we experienced last year. It definitely wasn't fighting God. Actually, the murder in last year's events happened in another world inside the television. This world is filled with monsters called shadows that are born from people's hearts. Because my friends and I gained personas, the power to defeat these shadows, we're able to enter the TV screens and fight them.
Won't we be stuck in there without Teddy to give us an exit?
But even we persona users would find it extremely difficult to leave that world on our own. Yeah, if only you had a smartphone app that just lets you teleport. In order to come back, we need the exit TV that our friend Teddy was capable of creating.
Not so. I've had Teddy keep the exit TV out on that side.
Look at you, all prepared.
I mean, think about it. What if we were half asleep and fell into a TV when Teddy wasn't over there? Isn't that a scary thought?
Like anyone would be that clumsy.
Anyway, it sounds like it's safe for us to go investigate then.
No matter what the reason, it's reassuring to know that we have an exit strategy ready for us. To be honest, I almost fell into it the first time it appeared in my room after all.
Yeah, there's no doubt that something's going on in there. Is everyone ready?
I like that they gave him a voice.
We're
it's
all
pretty
good to
nice.
go. To tell the truth, I had a hunch that this was going to happen.
We all share a look to confirm our intentions. All of them nod back. I can see the seriousness in their eyes. Even though there was a 2-month gap since I last saw them, they still continue to put their trust in me. I feel a slight sense of pride as I stand up from the bench. A large screen, TV in the electronics department is directly below the food court. That was the entrance we always used last year. Are they gonna do the fancy entrance? Oh, they're just making a cutscene.
Come on.
Alright. It's a holiday, so the store's full of people.
I forgot it's loud.
Feel like things are picking up around town.
It's time to go.
Oh, it's that lady.
All the models are on
The social link lady.
You know,
And
it's
the
been a
Afro
while
kid.
since last time. I'm a little nervous. Whoa, wait! There are still people in this aisle!
Hey, get ready! The customers are going away!
We're going in.
Let's go!
Yeah! Isn't this different from usual? Oh no! What do we do?
No, we've gone back to the 80s.
We can't stop now!
We've gone back to the 80s. I hear a voice. It's a woman's voice. It sounds familiar to me. This voice is...
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
I hate how scuffed the audio is, because I don't want to change it, because then the rest of the game will be quiet. So we're just going to have to suffer how loud it is. I don't sense that distinctive floating feeling that I usually have when I enter the TV world. When I concentrate, I realize that I must be sitting in a chair. The moment I open my eyes, I see vibrant blue. The Velvet Room. I visited this place an untold number of times last year, and once more in my dreams yesterday. I never thought I would return to this place.
Huh? It's not a dream this time? What's going on? Didn't my contract end already?
No, it had a... You didn't read the fine print. It says it'll start back again anytime it needs to. Igor, who usually sits front and center, is nowhere to be seen. The one to greet me is the woman with silver hair. Margaret. Could this be a personal summoning? Or maybe it's because it's a side game, a spin-off, you could say. That Igor just doesn't exist. He doesn't care. Margaret smiles as if she senses my suspicions.
This room is tied to your fate. Nothing that occurs here is meaningless. Though you reached an end to one journey, you now find yourself here again. This shows that you will once again be faced with a question.
A question? And something really is going on?
Another mystery has appeared, and we're about to be dragged into it again. Could that be what she means?
From here on, what befalls you will upset your status quo. It is true that you've opened the door once already, but all things change. Nothing ever remains the same. What you gained before will change over time as well. You will have to face them once again.
Face them? Again?
Yes, you have to fight Amino Sagiri, the other Sagiri, and Izanami once again. Hope you enjoy it, stupid. The first thing that Margaret's words stir up in my mind is the sight of my friends' smiling faces. Is that going to change? No, that can't be true. And face them again? That's impossible. Once I wake up and leave this room, I should still be with my friends. There's no need to jump to conclusions. But Margaret appears to have anticipated my thoughts and smiles with narrowing her eyes.
Show me how you will proceed down the path that awaits beyond the door you've opened.
My vision wavers and the blue light before me vanishes quickly. Wait. I still need to know what you mean by those words. No. Place a bookmark. Scene 2. We're going, gamers. Oh, I've seen this one.
Where am I?
Where did I get thrown? To when I left that blue room. Scenery is so unexpected that I'm at a loss. This is a school. It's the music room of Yasogami High. I attended this school with my friends until recently. There's no mistaking it. We entered the TV together, so why am I here? No, that's not right.
This is... No, wait. This has to be the TV world.
I recognize this music anywhere. The graffiti on the ground. shoes placed like they're for some kind of ritual. The eerily shining eyes of the portraits on the wall. And the oozing green slime. The more carefully I looked, the more I realized that this place is not the real Yasogami High. Most of all, I sensed no warmth from this place, like I always did from the students who would come and go from here. This is a fake. It's definitely not the school I attended. What happened to turn the TV, or what happened to turn the world inside the TV to this? On top of that, we entered the TV from our usual entrance, but it ended up in a completely different place.
This has never happened before.
Thank you. I also realized that my friends aren't with me either. Did we somehow get separated? I start to feel chills down my spine and look around.
Hello! Sorry for the wait.
No, it was only a matter of time.
Greetings, boys and girls of Yasogami. The P1 Grand Prix is about to begin. There's no need for manners or courtesy or anything today, so let it all hang out.
Well, don't tell
how
Kanji
you
that.
really feel.
What the?
I shout questions, but she doesn't answer. This is Rize Kujikawa, one of our friends from the investigation team that we couldn't contact. Does she not hear me, or is she choosing not to respond? As I ask myself this, I hear different voices echoing as well. I look around in surprise. These voices, it's not just from one or two people. I see countless students staring at me from the hallways, entrance everywhere I turn.
May I have your attention, please? I, Rosette, will be your commentator. But first, the General has a few words for you all.
Oh, the General? That guy from the TV commercials? What's going on? Why are there so many people inside the TV world? Before I can think of any answers, Rize makes another announcement. And, as if on cue, the monitor in the music room turns on. What appeared on it was Teddy. He was wearing a strange hat and cape, just like he did on the Midnight Channel last night. First Rize and now Teddy? What are they doing?
You're all here now.
I got a cigar now, Sensei.
Well then, I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P1 Grand Prix!
Again? That's the same bizarre tournament that was shown on the Midnight Channel. Then, is Teddy really the one behind this insanity?
Teddy, what's going on here? We came to look for you and Rise and...
Always with the talking, Sensei. It's a big waste of time.
I can hear you through the TV.
And more fighting! With the next challenger, come on down!
The next challenger. Teddy looks away and makes a dismissive gesture. Smoke suddenly bursts out from underneath me and robs me of any visibility. Is there someone behind that white curtain? Eventually, my field of vision begins to clear. I keep my guard up, expecting anything. But who should appear but Yosuke? Though I hadn't expected to run into him like this, I'm relieved to see that he's safe. Teddy did say something about a challenger just a moment ago. I recall that the P1 Grand Prix that appeared on the Midnight Channel looked a lot like some kind of fighting competition. Wait, am I supposed to fight Yosuke now? That's not funny at all.
Great. They're expecting you and me to fight.
Looks like. Sheesh, what's Teddy thinking?
Starting that up already? I won't let you get all buddy-buddy with each other. These battles are fought to the death. Only the victor can proceed.
This joke's gone on far enough, Teddy. We're not gonna play along with that.
Murder him. Looking for Yosuke, hoping that he would agree with me, but he doesn't appear interested in what I had to say.
Oh, really? I guess you should declare me the winner then.
Yosuke?
What? You don't plan on fighting, right? That means I win by default.
That was not what I expected to hear. What's gotten into Yosuke? Do you have some reason to be talking like this? I can't figure out what's going on. Yosuke continued to speak in a carefree manner, and said something that I simply couldn't believe.
Oh, but is that okay with you? I mean, since Nanako-chan's here and all?
Nanako's here?
Wait, really? You haven't seen her? She's with Teddy.
That can't be. I saw Nanako back at the house when I left this morning. And even then, Nanako can't enter the TV world on her own. But she's in this world? I can't believe it for a moment. But what if it is true? just coming into this world can tire a person out very quickly. On top of that, if someone who can't use a persona comes here, it can sometimes even be fatal.
Where is she? Yosuke, where's Nanako?
Whoa, what's gotten into you, partner? No need to get hysterical.
Why are you so calm about this? You know what happened to her last time she came here.
Nanako did come into this world once last year. It was not something any of us would have wanted to happen. That was the start of a whole chain of events. Remembering them is heart-wrenching, even now. So why? No, even then, it might be wrong for me to lash out at Yosuke for the way he's acting. Calm down. I need to think straight here. All Yosuke said was that he was here with, or he saw her with Teddy. Then was Nanako brought here by Teddy? If he's the leader of this tournament?
Yosuke, be straight with me. Are you sure Nanako is with Teddy?
How should I know? If I had to guess, I'd say she's probably still with him. Man, are you alright? Are you that worried about Nanako-chan? It's no wonder people look at you funny, thinking you have a sister complex.
The sense of wrongness that I've been feeling this whole time is getting even stronger. True, Yosuke may say some insensitive things, but mostly that's because he reads too much into a situation and acts out over it. He's not the type of guy to enjoy making hurtful remarks like this.
Yosuke, are you alright?
Huh? What are you talking about? I should be the one saying that to you. She's not even your real sister. All that big bro stuff really creeps me out.
Ooh,
it was a
yikes.
while ago that I saw her. It's probably too late to save her now. You know how things went last year, after all.
Jeez.
Yosuke.
He's definitely not the Yosuke I know. Yosuke is my friend. He wouldn't be so callous as that. At last, or at least I thought so up until now. He was the one who had to face the pain of losing someone he cared about when the murders first started happening last year. I can't hate him for accidentally mentioning someone who was dead, but the way he's acting, he's doing this on purpose. I silently draw my sword and face Yosuke.
Draw your weapon. You'll get your fight.
What? Dude, what are you saying? You told me you let me win by default.
To be honest, I'd been thinking that this Yosuke before me was some kind of fake. I even wondered if something had happened to him and Yosuke's shadow had appeared again in this world. But this wrongness that I keep sensing is nothing like that. This probably is the real Yosuke. And the strangeness I feel is because these words really are coming out of the mouth of someone I never thought would say them. If so, then...
I don't know if you're being controlled or if there's something else going on here.
Oh, they're playing music from 3. Or from Persona 3.
Either way, you must understand the best way to resolve the situation.
There's no way to tell if what I'm saying is getting through to him at all. But if I want to figure out what's going on, I'll just have to fall for this trap one.
Sorry, but I'm gonna go all out. No hard feelings.
Huh? All that talk and you're gonna fight against your partner after all?
Shut up, Rize.
Oh, whatever. Let's hurry up and get this started. Ready?
Ah, finally. Almost an hour in and we're finally gonna get to fight. Or 10 minutes, I guess. According to the game. Oh, wait, no, that's what time it is. You Narukami. Versus Yosuke Hanamimi.
Final. Fight!
Oh, this is why I played on my own. I don't want to be humiliated by CPUs. Okay, he moved like he was gonna do cool things, but he didn't. Place a bookmark? Sure.
Amazing, Sensei! Keep that up and zoom on ahead!
Ahead? You're gonna continue with this? Teddy, about Nanako.
I don't want to spoil the surprise. If you want to find out, you'll have to get to me.
You'll have to murder everybody.
I can't say why, but I think you should hurry.
She's going to die. The monitor shuts off. I still haven't learned about anything about Nanako, but he did seem to have been expecting me to ask about her. I don't want to think about it, but Nanako really may be here. The moment the monitor turned off, the students began to leave, like waves in the receding tide. No, they don't look like students anymore. There's something inhuman, just taking the shape of students. I was too focused on the fight to notice, but it seems their true forms were coming through. They look like silhouettes. Could they be shadows? Even so, I don't sense any hostility from them. Well, if they're not a threat and they're going away, there's no need to chase after them. Besides, there's something more important to do right now.
Yosuke, are you alright?
Walk towards where Yosuke lies, collapsed on the ground, and give him my hand to help him up.
Ow! Couldn't you hold back a little? I seriously thought you were gonna kill me.
The same went for you. I wouldn't have stood a chance if I held back on you.
Yosuke grimaces in pain as he stands, but he doesn't seem to have suffered any severe injuries. That's good. I knew I couldn't risk going easy on him, so I was a little worried that I'd actually hurt him. But once we get a good look at one another, Yosuke's demeanor suddenly changes.
Anyway, that aside, shut up about the nurses already. It's not like that's the only thing I ever think about.
What's this about nurses?
Huh? You were harping on it the whole time. How can you stand there and constantly bash my taste in women with a straight face?
Ah, so Yosuke does like nurses.
Is it such a crime to like nurses?
Wait a second.
I don't understand why he's suddenly angry, but he's not making any sense at all. I tell Yosuke to calm down and we go over what he thought had happened before the fight. We learned that our memories of what each of us had been saying didn't match up at all. According to Yosuke, it seems that I'd been, well, teasing him about his taste in women. Yosuke was so heated up over what I'd supposedly said that he almost went into graphic detail, but I stopped him before things went too far. I mean, really, it's best for both of us if we pretend this never happened. Thanks to our conversation about the battle, I've come to realize something. If we'd been hearing each other say things neither of us had been meaning to say, then...
Yosuke, let me ask you something. Is it true that Nanako is here in this world?
She is?
Yosuke is at a loss for words. He had no idea what I was talking about. It's just as I thought. Yosuke doesn't know anything about Nanako. If that's true, then what I'd heard Yosuke saying before the fight was something that Yosuke couldn't possibly have said. This only makes me more convinced that I have the right idea. What I'd heard wasn't that Yosuke had meant to say. I don't know how, but something else had made Yosuke say those words even if he didn't know he was saying them. That reminds me, Teddy on the screen had said that I needed to get to him if I wanted to find out the truth. Does that mean that Teddy had done this to us?
I guess there's no choice but to keep going.
Nanako's good friends with Teddy. I don't want to imagine it happening, but if he wanted to kidnap her, it's certainly possible he could have. I want to go home at once and check to make sure she's okay, but I have no idea where I am. Even worse, Teddy holds the means of returning to the real world. There's no way out of here unless I find him on my own.
Taking off?
Yeah.
Well, be careful.
Be careful. I'm worried about you. Do your best. I sense a lot of emotion behind those words. Yes, I know that I'm hearing the real Yosuke. I take Yosuke's cheering me on to heart and leave the music room. Teddy had said that only the winner could go on in this tournament. I don't know exactly what that means, but it's probably not a lie. Yosuke understands that as well. That's why he's trusting me to sort it all out and lets me go without much talk. He's frustrated that he can't help me out. I could just be jumping to conclusions there. After all, Teddy did say that was the rule, but we don't have any proof either way. Well, I might as well see what he meant by that. I stopped walking and turned back to Yosuke.
Oh, one last thing. About those nurses.
Oh, God.
Ah, quit it already! Are you out of your mind again?
Yosuke turns bright red and rushes towards me, flailing wildly in an attempt to stop me from finishing. And... Get floored, idiot. There's a painful sounding noise as he runs into something invisible and slowly slides to the floor.
What is this?
Huh. So there's an invisible wall. Looks like the loser can't leave the room.
It looks like there's some force that prevents the loser from leaving the area where the fight took place. It's likely that every time one of those battles happens, the winner will get sorted out this way. That's annoying.
I see how it works now. Thanks.
All the paintings just start laughing. Teddy really has kidnapped Nanako, there's no time to lose.
Don't use me as your guinea pig. Wait, that's it? Hey, don't wear yourself out, alright?
I turn away as Yosuke shouts at me. Not to worry Yosuke. I give him a quick smile before leaving the area for real this time. At that moment, I feel a wave of disorientation crash over me. I'm surprised that this is happening without warning, but it's not a threat. After all, I know this feeling all too well. We're back here? God dang it.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Leave me alone, woman. I'd been leaving the music room, but now I'm sitting in the Velvet Room for some reason. Margaret greets me with her usual smile. This room truly is mysterious. But why would she summon me like this? Margaret sees my suspicious expression and speaks
Things
up.
have only just begun, and yet you already seem tired. The misfortune that has befallen you can be thought of as a sort of trial.
A trial?
I want to know the details behind her words, but I know that she won't answer me even if I ask. The inhabitants of the Velvet Room never reveal anything. You got the wrong one. If you got Elizabeth, I'm sure she'd be running her mouth. That's because they can only watch over the choices their guests make. Margaret's smile broadens when she sees that I don't intend to ask her anything.
Indeed. I am an observer on your journey. I would do nothing so thoughtless as to force you to make choices. You do not need such provocations. I already know that you shine brilliantly enough.
This shine she speaks of, could it be about my ability to use personas?
Yes.
No,
that
it was
is
that time
part
I
of your
kissed you.
brilliance. Personas are masks of resolution, strengthened by controlling one's heart, by forming bonds.
Heart? Masks? Persona 5?
You understand this well, don't you?
Yeah, that's how we all fought up till now.
Yes, indeed. But one's heart is intangible. It cannot be seen and cannot be felt. When polished, it releases a strong light unlike anything else. But it can also be clouded by trivial things. Have you ever felt that way?
To be honest, I listened to half of what she
You may
said.
be more conscious of that fact than most, because you hold the power of the wild card.
Margaret's voice fades away as she answers me. And then the screen...
From here on, you will be forced to re-examine the things you know as bonds.
Oh, well, alright.
How will you face the changes to come, and what choices will you make?
Are there actually choices in this game? When I open my eyes again, I'm in the school's hallway. I turn around and see the doors to the music room closed behind me. Was I only summoned to the Velvet Room in spirit? There's no way for me to figure out what just happened, but I think back on what Margaret had told me.
Changes, huh?
Even though the people of the Velvet Room avoid saying much, what little they do have to say always has meaning. Well, it's true that Margaret had said something strange, or said some strange things while I've known her. She's never said anything meaningless while on duty. I would assume that this would be the case now. I may have to keep her words to heart. Would you like to place a bookmark? In any case, I need to concentrate on this case for now. I'm sure I'll understand the meaning behind what she said when the time comes. I must proceed. Though this bizarre place looks nothing like the Yasogami High I attended, the building seems strangely familiar as I run through it. Teddy had appeared on the monitor in the music room. From the looks of things, he appeared to be behind what was happening. But I'd heard Rize's voice over the school's PA system before my fight with Yosuke. If the school works anything like the real one, I can make a good guess as to where Teddy and Rize are.
It might be the announcement room.
This looks like GeckoCon. But of course, things aren't that easy. Those invisible walls keep getting in my way wherever I go. It seems that some of these walls don't let anyone through, no matter if they won or lost their fights. Every single time I run into one, I'm forced to take another path. It's like my route is already set for me.
I feel like I'm being led somewhere.
I stop for a moment in the hallway out of the practice building and mutter to myself while I take a look around. Where are they trying to lead me? At that moment...
Hey, you there! You're one of them
Oh.
participants in that there Grand Prix thing, right?
A voice that I don't recognize at all breaks me from my reverie. I instinctively jump back and draw my sword in surprise.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's the big idea? You could poke someone's eye out swinging that thing around.
I turn and see a girl that I've never seen before. Was she part of that crowd? No, she looks like a real person. She was caught by surprise when I suddenly pointed my weapon at her. Although she flinches, her words don't lose any of their intensity. How bold of her. That may seem like an odd thing to say, but it's what suddenly crosses my mind. But this girl doesn't seem to have any intentions of attacking me. I sheath my sword, but remain cautious.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Sorry ain't gonna cut it. What were you gonna do if you hurt one of the students here, huh? You can't go pulling that stuff without student council approval. Alright, the jig is up. I'm putting the kibosh on this tournament right now.
Hey, wait, hold on a second. I'm not in this because I want to be. I'm trying to stop the tournament.
I'm trying to act non-threatening, but the girl continues to glare at me with her piercing red eyes. Who in the world is this girl? She's wearing a Yasogami High uniform. She said something about the student council, but I don't recognize her. You don't encounter people here in this world that often. If a person's here, then they're either a Persona user or a...
Why are you here, by the way? Wait, did you fall inside a TV?
That's right. I might have to put it a little differently, but if she can't enter a TV herself, the only possibility is that someone threw her in. That was what happened in the murders from last year.
All inside a TV? What kind of nonsense is that?
She's not aware of it. But she was a Persona user, I don't see why she'd hide that fact. If she was trying to keep that from me, then she wouldn't have come to talk to me like this. Does that mean she's a victim after all? I carefully choose my words to avoid provoking the girl and to introduce myself.
I'm Yu Narukami. I was a second year at Yasogami High until last year.
Huh? Last year? But that uniform.
Oh no, this is kind of my usual equipment when I'm in the TV world.
Equipment?
Never mind. Forget it.
Well, if you were only around till last year, I ain't gonna blame you for not knowing. I'm the new student council president.
What?
Nice meeting you.
Student council president? If I'm remembering correctly, the student council elections should have taken place just before the holidays. I have no knowledge who won in any of those elections since I'd left Inaba before they took place. That reminds me, I didn't have any friends on the student council last year either. This girl may very well be the president. No reason not to not believe her.
Now it's your turn to spill. You said you ain't in the tournament because you want to be. Then what are you doing here? And what's this tournament about in the first place?
I feel that if I don't explain things very clearly to her, it will only provoke her further. But trying to tell her everything about what's going on here will only confuse her. I leave out the fact that this is inside a television, and tell her about the other things that are going on. First, I tell her about Teddy, that a friend of mine is likely the one who set this tournament up. Second, that I encountered some of my friends who were dragged into this as well, but they were acting strangely. And third, that my cousin Nanako, still in elementary school, may have been dragged into this mess. The girl calling herself the student council president seems skeptical while I talk, but eventually she sighs.
So if I got this right, you didn't start this, but your friend did. Well, you don't seem like you're lying.
It seems that she somehow grasped the gist of what I was trying to say. I thank her out of a politeness, but she laughs and asks why I'm thanking her. There's still one more difficult task left at hand. How do I make her understand that all of this is within another world, one assessed by going through a TV screen? She still appears to be energetic, but it doesn't change the fact that she's in danger. I have to get her out of this world no matter what.
I ought to tell you to go home, but I get that you're worried about your sis. Come on, let's go check it out.
We both start running at the same time. I reach my full running speed when something occurs to me. I'm surprised to see this Miss President keeping pace right beside me. Just standing still in this world would be strenuous for a normal person, but she doesn't even seem out of breath. She's quite impressive. Take a moment to quietly praise the girls running next to me. I wonder why. Smile. We burst into the gym where all the noise came from, but there's no one here. Instead, we see huge piles of stacked chairs. They're twisted and intertwined everywhere on the open floor of the gym, forming huge towers that reach almost the ceiling.
What is this? Who'd go to all this trouble?
How do you even stack chairs like this? The girl stares up at the chair, seemingly dumbfounded. Suddenly, the monitor in the gym flickers to life. And as I expected, Teddy appears, again in that costume. I'm back, Sensei!
Are you on a hot date, Sensei?
Teddy, don't look.
Well, that's fine.
That's not what it looks like.
Of course. But shouldn't you keep your mind on the fighting? Whoa, you look so mortified. That's the face I was hoping to see.
He's not saying anything completely straight, but he's obviously hinting that he knows I'm worried about Nanako. I know that saving Nanako is important, but I can't leave Miss President here alone and abandon her in this world. Still, I feel Teddy's words causing me to doubt myself. And Miss President raises her voice.
Hey, you! You're the ringleader of this mess, aren't you? What's the idea? Raising a ruckus like this without running it by the student council? Pack it in and clean all this up already.
She speaks as fast and clearly as she had when I first met her. After getting a clear look at her, I feel I've come to realize where she gets her courage from. She truly wishes to protect her school. Her strong awareness of duty is surprising, or surpassing her fear. But Teddy on the monitor looks annoyed and sneers at Miss President. It's incredibly detestable. I can't believe that Teddy can even make such a malicious expression.
What's that tiny thing? I'm in the middle of an important conversation with Sensei. A yappy little mutt like you should be muzzled and sit in the corner.
Oh, jeez. Base Teddy?
Sit, puppy. Sit!
He has absolutely no intent of dealing with her seriously. Miss President turns bright red in humiliation, being brushed off like that. This is enough. I take a step forward to put myself between the monitor and Miss President.
I'll take it from here. It's alright. There's nothing to worry about.
Miss President's lips are trembling. She must be angry that there's nothing she can do herself. I don't want that anger to be in vain, so I turn to face Teddy on the monitor.
That was pretty harsh, Teddy. Hard to believe a womanizer like you would say such things.
Huh. What's so attractive about a shameless liar like her?
Liar? Do you know something about her?
The way he said that makes it sound as if there's some history between the two of them. But he usually doesn't bother giving any detail in his answer.
Come on, Sensei. Your opponent's getting tired of waiting for you. With the next challenger, come on down!
Oh boy, who do we got? After that line, another cloud of smoke rises from the floor. But this time, it is Yukiko who appears.
Oh, thank goodness you're safe. What's the matter?
It's nothing. Are you alright? Has anything odd happened to you?
Odd? No, I don't think so.
Yukiko seems alarmed to see me in a defensive posture. I feel my shoulder relax in relief as I shift my weight to stand normally. It seems that she hasn't been affected like Yosuke. I didn't think I'd been that tense, though. Now that's the Yukiko I remember. She's as sharp as always, exactly when we met Nita. If she's not being confused, then I can immediately ask for her help. I try to explain what I need from her.
Nanako might be in here. I'm heading to the announcement room where Teddy is. I need you to protect this girl from me. She might be a victim of all this.
I motion towards Miss President, standing next to me. Yukiko looks at me in surprise. I don't blame her, though. But what Yukiko said next was even more surprising.
Why do I have to do that? It's not like I know her or anything.
I'm not going to help her because I don't know her? Is that really what she's saying? I can understand that she might be cautious when meeting someone for the first time, but would Yukiko really think that way? It's gotta be the same as with Yosuke. That same uncanny sense of wrongness is coming back to me when I hear Yukiko speak.
Yukiko, not you too. Calm down and listen to me. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? I can hear you clearly. What did you mean by you too?
When I try to question her, Yukiko's expression returns to normal. I can't tell anymore. She doesn't look like she's being controlled by someone. Am I overthinking this too much? At the very least, she doesn't seem enthusiastic about the P1 Grand Prix.
This is probably a trick the enemy is playing on us. They're trying to get us to fight each other. I'll say it one more time, Yukiko.
Don't say the thing.
I'd like you to protect
well,
this
no,
girl
that doesn't work here.
Sorry, but I don't know how to put this. It just feels like you're being really selfish.
What do you mean I'm being selfish?
You always help people who have nothing to do with you, and I admire that. But where does that leave us? It's always your friends who get put in danger because of your self-centeredness.
I'm used to hearing her voice, but her words are scathing. I'm convinced now. There's no obvious change in her attitude like there had been with Yosuke, but something must be warping Yukiko's words. Her words may seem like a sound argument, but she means something else. I don't care if someone who isn't related to me gets hurt. That's definitely not something Yukiko would say. The real Yukiko would never say something that disrespects the value of a life in any way. Don't be deluded. Whatever happened to Yosuke is happening to Yukiko too. I don't understand the details, but Yukiko hasn't a complete change of heart. She had a change of heart.
What the? You could?
When I draw my sword, Miss President quickly tries to stop me, but I can't answer her right now. If a battle will clear up this pointless misunderstanding between us, then the time to fight is now.
Ooh, now that's our senpai. You'll show no mercy, not even to a girl if it's for your own goals.
Come for you next, Rize.
You're a real bastard with a sister complex. Keep it up and bring 'em all down.
Ignore the taunts being delivered in Rize's voice. Even in our words aren't getting through to each other, and we have to fight without understanding what's going on. We'll come to an understanding later. I have to believe. Both myself and my friends. I hold my sword to the side to protect Miss President, who is standing behind me.
Sorry, but you need to stay back. Whatever you see here, try to stay calm. Promise me you won't run away.
What happens next will probably surprise her greatly, but I doubt Miss President will run away. She's already shown me how strong and her determination is. I glance at her over my shoulder. Although she looks worried, she still gives me a slight nod of agreement. Now, time to do this. I must end this quickly as possible.
Persona!
Izanagi! I concentrate all my senses to summon my strength of heart. My persona Izanagi. If I allow myself to go easy on Yukiko, she will surely defeat me. Yukiko smiles faintly and takes her battle stance. Yukiko smiles faintly and takes her battle stance. She resisted the idea of protecting Miss President, but she seems to have no qualms whatsoever about fighting me. There's definitely something else controlling me.
Come, Konohana Sakuya.
Konohana Sakuya. Yukiko's black hair forms graceful arcs in the air as her persona Konohana Sakuya rises behind her. Yukiko, oh, that's right. The usual Yukiko should have a beautiful heart like this. Wait for me. I will save you. Is the mouse still on the screen? I glanced over and it looked like it still was. I don't think it is though. I think I moved it out.
Finally. Fight! Over here!
Please hit!
Oh, Jesus.
Will they push on through? David, stay away! Oh, what a fierce attack!
Go!
Back off!
So isn't it?
Awakening! Will this turn the tables?
strike true.
Burn, demon.
Alright, it's over. Time to leave.
The sister complex Kingpin of Steel. Hey, well, that was the fight for the next 20 minutes.
The winner is you, Senpai! What an utter thrashing!
I love all this animosity!
Animosity.
Hockey's self-righteous friends showing how they really feel by beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah, nothing better than some friendship. Some violent friendship.
That's the real thrill of the P1 Grand Prix!
Anytime I see the word Prix, I always think it says pricks. P1 Grand Pricks. Why is there an X? It's silent. I don't care to hear any more of Teddy's jests. I still have reservations about fighting against my friends, but I know now that there is no other way to save them. I'm resolved to do what must be done. Also, there's no knowing if Teddy and Rize have been affected just like Yosuke and Yukiko had. If they are, then there's no use in trying to talk to them through the monitor like this. That's the conclusion I've come to, but Miss President seems to have other ideas.
How much further are you gonna push this? Why are you doing it anyway? These guys are friends! What's so much fun about making friends fight each other?
Miss President vents her frustrations at Teddy and Teddy's image on the monitor. But I was a bit surprised at how she worded it. She seemed more upset that he was making friends fight each other, not why he had dragged the entire school into this mess. We've only just met, but she's clearly sympathized with us and understands the pain we're going through. I'm embarrassed, but proud at the same time. A girl with such compassion would be a great student council president. It's no wonder she was elected to represent the student body under Yasugami High.
It's alright. Thanks, though.
It's not alright!
This is Balagna. She's still worked up and she lashes out at me. Perhaps her heart is a little too honest. But her anger sets my mind at ease. She's right. What General Teddy is doing right now cannot be forgiven. I glare at the monitor.
Sorry, but you're not getting your wish.
What?
Did you think this would be all it took to break us apart? That it would make us hate each other? Sorry to say, but that's a huge mistake on your part. I believe in my friends. They'll never get taken in like that.
You're so stupid! What kind of sensei are you?
You're pathetic.
I'm warning you now. If you really are Teddy, then we'll get you back to normal no matter what it takes. Even if it costs us our lives. But if you're an imposter, hiding behind
Among
Teddy's
Us?
face, I will make you pay for toying with us.
Teddy's an imposter? Teddy scoffs and turns around. The monitor suddenly switches off. Suddenly turning on us without any signs of remorse? That's not like Teddy at all. No, he's most likely not the real Teddy. Seeing the anger in his face only strengthens my suspicion. Someone must be taking Teddy's form to make it look like he's the one committing these acts.
That girl's come around.
I immediately rush to Yukiko's side.
Yukiko, are you alright? I'm sorry I couldn't go easy on you.
No, it's okay.
I'd actually like you to hit me harder.
You weren't your usual self, but I could tell by your eyes that there was something going on. I'm sorry too. Did I hurt you?
Kinda, yeah. I sure wouldn't want to get into it with you again.
Try to pass it off as a joke, and we look at each other and laugh. Things are going the same way as they had with Yosuke. It's becoming clear now.
Hey, did I say things that offended you earlier?
Yes. You did.
You said my hair was stupid and the color red is lame. Yukiko hesitates as if remembering it is a difficult experience. What in the world did my illusion say to her? I bet it was something horrible. Whoever's doing this is certainly finding the most annoying way of getting us to fight. But what I supposedly said to her doesn't matter. Yukiko is still hesitant to bring it up, so I tell her not to worry about it.
I don't need to know what I said. I just wanted to see if my guess was right. It looks like our enemy has the power to confuse our senses. My first opponent was Yosuke, and he told me a similar story after we fought.
He started making fun of Nanako, and I was like, well, time to die.
You said something bad to Yosuke-kun too? What did you tell him?
sure you want to know?
You want to hear about the nurses? If I'm the only one admitting to what happened, that's not fair, is it? But that curiosity is in line with the Yukiko I know. I evade the issue with a smile and call out to Miss President, who's standing behind us.
What kind of people are you?
Oh, right. We used our personas.
The who is it,
Yeah,
what's it?
We should at least explain to her what's going on.
She did see everything that just happened, and this would be a good opportunity to tell her everything. I introduced Miss President and Yukiko to each other and fill in the parts that I had left out of my previous explanation. I tell her about the personas. I tell her that we're actually in a world inside the television. And I tell her how the scenery here changes according to the hearts of the people who enter it. She looks doubtful while I'm talking, but considering that she's just seen our personas only moments ago, she doesn't immediately deny it. Still, it seems that she can't accept it all either. She crosses her arms as if lost in thought. On the other hand, it seems that Yukiko didn't know that Yasogami High had a new student council president either. Yukiko apologizes for not having paid attention to the elections in April.
And that's it in a nutshell.
Man, there's so much reading. I was so excited when they would actually have voice lines, and then
So that's what you meant by
we're back in
falling
reading
into the
purgatory.
TV.
Yeah, which makes me believe this school could be a part of your mind that's materialized.
This school came from me? That's a lot to swallow.
I'm not surprised. Why is it different this time around, though? Usually the victim's shadow appears first.
That's right. I had doubts about that too. There's a reason why it's dangerous for people who can't use their personas to enter this world. Besides the obvious reasons, such as not being able to escape and being unable to protect themselves from shadows, a person's shadow separates from them. I wonder why. I wonder why it's happening. I totally don't already know. The shadows that split off are strongly attached to the original people they came from, and will try to harm them in order to become independent identities. I hadn't given it much thought since Miss President seemed so energetic, but it's still possible that this has happened to her as well. I put this together with the conversation I had with Teddy a moment ago and come to a conclusion.
Teddy, who's hosting this tournament. What if he's actually this girl's shadow?
Huh?
I noticed he got agitated when I called him an imposter. A fake Teddy would mean he's someone else using Teddy's form.
I see. If this place reflects Miss President's heart, her shadow must be here. And right now, the strongest candidate
is the Teddy. That's right. If we both saw an illusion, then at the very least the enemy has the power to delude our senses and make us see and hear things that aren't there. On top of that, it can alter what others hear us say and see us do. If it can do that, then I can easily see that our enemy can use that power to change its appearances. That means it could be impersonating Teddy and leading this tournament. That still leaves the question as to why it would take on an appearance of someone it doesn't know. I've seen shadows in the past that took on bizarre appearances, but this is the first time I've seen one impersonate an existing person. Nah, what do you mean? You met Hulk Hogan. He was a shadow. Does this shadow have some kind of objective? When I come to my senses, I see that Miss President has turned pale and is staring down at the ground. All this talk of shadows in another world doesn't seem to be reaching her, but she seems troubled at the thought she might be causing all this trouble. I'm about to tell her that the actions of her shadows aren't her fault. But Miss President rises to her feet.
I'm gonna check out the announcement room.
Hey, that's what I'm doing.
That General Teddy's behind the whole shebang, right? And if he came from me, then I gotta own up to the responsibility. A student body president, I can't let this go.
Wait, you're being reckless. We'll take care of the shadow. You need to...
What? Get out of this TV world? And how am I supposed to do that? Go on. Show me the door.
You got a fair point there, lady.
Well...
Lady I totally don't know the name of. Her eyes are filled with fire of determinations, just as they had been when I first met her. Her sense of responsibility and her awareness of duty say that she will never back
Your
down.
little cousin's in the announcement room. And you're gonna go save her, right? I might not be as strong as the two of you, but I'm no slouch in a fight. Wouldn't it be better if we went together?
No, don't you understand? This world is...
I know it's dangerous, but there's gotta be something only I can do.
I
to
just
help.
saw a bunch of flying monster demons. And you're telling me this place is dangerous?
That aside, I can't leave after causing so much trouble. Making friends fight each other. I'm going on ahead. You don't want to waste time arguing, yeah?
This president declares this is in a voice that brooks no argument and takes off running. Yikes, I wasn't expecting her to behave rashly like this. Remember how fast she can run. If I'm going to go after her, I need to go at once, or I'll lose her.
Please, you have to go after her.
Yukiko sees me hesitate and knows exactly what to do. She's right. There's so much we don't understand, but there's no way the investigation team can let a victim run off and die. Yukiko ignores the fact that I had been leaving her alone and tells me to follow a girl she's only just met. This is the exact opposite of the behavior she'd been displaying before the fight. Now that is the Yukiko Amagi I know. I'm ashamed that I had even slightly let myself be confused by the way I had heard her speak before, and I answered.
Don't worry about me. I believe in you.
Yukiko nods to me, and I turn and begin running as fast as I can. I have to rely on the faint echoes of footsteps ahead to pursue Miss President throughout the school. I can't use my memories of the school, I can't use my memories of the school in order to navigate because the invisible walls are everywhere, but the announcement room is upstairs. That obviously limits the paths that she can take. I will catch up with her no matter what. Back in the hallway. I've been running after Miss President for a while, but I still can't catch sight of her. She's so fast, it's almost supernatural. I even begin to think that her path may not be hindered by the invisible walls. Wait a second. Now that I think about it, she's not a participant in the P1 Grand Prix. She didn't appear in the introduction video, and even though she'd been there when I faced off with Yukiko, she wasn't affected by the rules. Could she be able to walk through these walls? If so, then catching up to her would be quite difficult. Just as I'm thinking this, suddenly a blue door appears on my path. Oh, god dang it, not again. I've seen this before. This is the entrance to the Velvet Room. I don't have time to deal with this, or so I think, but when I consider the timing of its appearance, I can't help but feel that there must be a reason for it. I make up my mind and reach for the door. As I walk through the door, I feel a slight sense of lightheadedness, and I close my eyes reflectively. How many times am I going to walk in here? When I open my eyes, I'm seated in the usual position, and Margaret is smiling quietly at me, as if nothing is different. When she sees that I've noticed her, she speaks as if aware of my impatience.
You seem flustered, but time has no meaning here.
Margaret politely points this out, knowing that I'm in a hurry. Time is meaningless, huh? I thought I had figured out a few things about this room, but it seems that there's still more for me to learn about it. If time doesn't pass while I'm in this room, then I should concentrate on what she is about to tell me. Once again, as if reading my thoughts, Margaret smiles.
It seems you've emerged victorious and have come away with a piece of the truth. Though you are in a garden of deceit, you have the vision to go forward. Very impressive.
Good work.
Is that student council president's shadow really the cause of all this, then?
I cannot answer that, stupid.
Who can say? All I know is that you are getting ever closer to the truth.
Already?
There is one thing I can tell you.
Margaret's golden eyes are fixed on mine.
If that girl's shadow is the cause of this misfortune, she will face her trial. But it's separate from your fate.
I always thought their eyes were yellow. I didn't think that they had golden eyes, but I guess that makes sense.
You have your own trial to overcome. Keep that to heart.
My own trial?
I don't mean to, but I repeat what Margaret had just said.
Everyone sees various things in you that draw them to you. Salvation, hope. I myself find fascination in watching over you. Fate may not be the author of your trials, but you are destined to be tested.
Destined to be tested. She hit in rhymes. Margaret smiles mischievously and nods towards me. Another slight feeling of lightheadedness passes, and I return to that otherworldly school. The blue door is nowhere to be found, as if it had never been there to begin with. I look up. I still don't understand what my own trial is supposed to be. But for some reason, my mind has cleared up a bit. Place a bookmark? Sure. I wonder how long these are. In any case, I need to keep chasing after Miss President. And now I immediately see a recognizable feature, her long ponytail. I found her.
Wait! It's too dangerous to go alone.
Take this. Miss President turns around in response to my voice. She's smiling. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Color me impressed that you managed to catch up to me so quick.
This calmness. Had she expected that I would follow her? I'm beginning to feel like she's toying with me. But I understand now. Nothing I can say to her will change her mind. There's no helping it then.
Promise me that you won't leave my side. And you can't do anything rash.
Whoa, Narukami, you're going a little too fast there. You're going on a first date.
If you can't agree to those terms, I'll have to force you into protective custody. This is a matter of life and death for you.
Sure thing. Then let's get to that announcement room together.
I thought I'd been able to keep her in check by saying that her life was in danger, but she didn't seem to take any notice. She just shrugged and accepted my proposal. She's quite hard to deal with. I'm not sure if she knows how I'm feeling, but she speaks up.
Hey, mind if I ask you something?
What is it?
There's a moment of silence. Just as I'm about to ask her to go on, Miss President continues.
It's tough, being forced to fight your friends, huh?
No, it's actually pretty easy.
Oh, sorry. You don't gotta answer.
She must still be thinking about my fight with Yukiko. True, I'm slightly hesitant to talk about any of this, but it's a question that must be answered. That's how it feels to me.
No, you're right. If I could avoid it, I would. But I believe in my friends.
We're all friends. They'll understand when I beat them to near death.
You mean your friends won't hate you after the fight? Or you think they'll understand that you don't really want to fight?
I don't know. Both, maybe. I mean, there's no way we'd fight each other without some kind of reason.
Will she believe that answer? I study Miss President's face. But when she opens her mouth, she has an unexpectedly gloomy look in her eyes.
What if you had to kill each other?
Kill each other? I truly hadn't anticipated that question. I'm caught off guard by how I hadn't even considered it. It's true, there's no guarantee that this General Teddy won't suddenly decide to make us fight to the death on a whim.
Sorry, that was probably over the line. I don't know why I said that.
I wouldn't let it happen.
Even if I was forced into such a situation, I would never follow that order. That's all I can say right now. But after hearing my answer, Miss President cast her eyes down again. After seeing that behavior, how do I put this, felt a sense of incongruity. Why could that be? Something doesn't feel like her. Could Miss President be carrying some unimaginable burden that she has yet to confide in? Is it so heavy that she would ask that question of me? Speaking of which, if General Teddy does turn out to be her shadow, what does that mean about whatever repressed thoughts she truly has? Suddenly it seems that her courageous and cheerful demeanor are a mirror image of that, and a slight sense of fear chills my spine. My thoughts race through my head while we walk down the hallway. Oof.
What are you doing?
I thought I broke my nose for a moment. It's that invisible wall again. Even though I should have been expecting them, I relaxed my guard and walked right into one. I held my nose and waved away Miss President, who looks concerned.
There's an invisible wall. I don't think I can go through here.
An invisible wall? Oh, that must have been why you broke out of the mime act every now and then. Well, if I can pass
the
through,
mime act.
it must only be blocking the tournament fighters. This world sure is out there.
Miss President walks right through the place I had bumped into, so that must be the case. As I'd imagine, Miss President is unaffected by these walls. Is it because she's not one of the fighters in the Grand Prix? Of course, if General Teddy really is her shadow, maybe the normal rules don't apply to her. The entrance of the school building is ahead of us. But perhaps worst of all is that the wall I had just walked into is blocking me from reaching there. I'll just have to find some other way. No, there are walls there too. And the same can be said for the direction towards the entrance. A thought crosses my mind as I check back the way we had come. It's as I thought. Another invisible wall is formed where I had just passed, and I can't go back. With walls in every direction, there's nowhere I can go. I'm trapped. And if I can't go anywhere, this can only mean one thing.
Be careful. This probably means...
It's time to fight! The moment I call out to Miss President, General Teddy appears on the monitor in the hall in the entryway. It means my third round of the P1 Grand Prix is about to begin.
Is your snout okay, Sensei?
No, it's actually broken, thank you.
You're still using that form? It's getting old. Why don't you just show your true self?
Boy, you've gotten peevish. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I was intentionally trying to rile him up, but he wasn't falling for it. It looks like I'm not going to get him to reveal anything that way. Quickly change tactics.
Okay, so who's my next opponent?
The real Teddy would never smoke a cigar.
Now you're getting into the spirit of things. Let me guess, you're starting to enjoy beating up your friends?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, with the next challenger, come on down.
Who could it be? I wonder if it's gonna be Dojima. That'd be funny. The general doesn't pick up on my intentions and Lindley yells out what appears to be his pre-battle catchphrase. Smoke pours out. And who appears from the smoke but the person I was expecting to see? 4 of us entered the TV together. I've already fought against Yosuke and Yukiko, so that could only mean it's Adachi. Then...
That's what I thought. You're the last of us, after all.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be next, too.
Chie laughs along with me. For the moment, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her words and actions, but I can't let my guard down around her. After all, I'd felt the same way when I encountered Yukiko too. But as they say, the third time's the charm. I have to see if Chie is in her right mind. I decide that the best way to do this is to be calm and start a conversation with her.
Chie, you know what they're doing, right?
Before I can begin to explain, Chie cuts me
Yeah,
off.
I know. The stuff we say gets twisted around so we end up fighting each other, right? Don't worry. You're the son of a bitch who left us as soon as the last case ended, but you're still our good friend.
She went for it, jeez.
I mean, you have it easy. You're just fighting your friends. I had to keep killing over and over.
What?
All because of you humans!
Now this is obvious. Chie is clearly not herself. It's so blatant her words don't often or offend me at all. Moreover, it's not just out of character, but Chie would never say anything like that. And you humans, that's as good as confessing that you're not human. Oh right. Carnivore, was it? Miss President is watching us from nearby. She looks more dumbfounded than worried. Still, what Chie said at the end caught my attention. I had to keep killing over and over.
More stuff about killing, huh? Miss President was talking about it earlier, too. This must be.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Hurts.
I'll give you a taste of the pain they put me through!
She's not even trying to sound like Chie anymore. I can't even begin to understand what she's talking about. But if a shadow is intentionally making people say these things, what does this mean about Miss President? Killing each other? All because of humans? What kind of secret past could the new student council president of the Yasogami High be harboring? No, now's not the time for this. I'll have to look into this after we've cleared up all the confusion between us.
Let's do this, Chie.
I ignore her words and draw my sword. Immediately, Rize's voice echoes through the area as if she was waiting for this.
Well, round 3 of the P1 Grand Prix already. Word on the street is that the carnivore may have a slight advantage.
What?
Will you, Senpai, all talk and no skill, manage to eke out a win this time? Let's get this show on the road. Ready?
God, I have to do this 12 times? Because what was it, like 12 characters, I think? Wait, why is Narakami's height and weight a question mark? That's...
Final.
Azio time! Oh, jeez. I wasn't expecting a real combo.
show you man's potential.
This won't be that
Oh, hit it. Hit it. Oh, I got it.
1,000 die while a million.
It's the finisher. I tried to do this online so many times. I've won. I lower my sword and begin slowing my breathing. I don't believe I've injured Chie too badly. No, we destroyed her. We murdered her. Considering this was my third time having to do this, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at not having to seriously wound people in a fight.
Wipe that smug look off your face. This isn't fun at all.
General Teddy has seen that the fight's ended without any injuries and spits his words through the monitor. The image of the monitor then disappears without anything further. Let him say whatever he wants. I fought all the friends I came into the TV with, and none of them are hurt. All that's left is to head to the announcement room and make sure Nanako is safe, and then we'll be able to go home. Walk over to Chie and help her up off the ground. She's come back to her senses, and she seems a little sheepish. Man, you were no challenge at all.
I think so. Man,
Yikes.
you're strong. I'm kind of shocked at how much of a difference there is between us.
Yeah, I destroyed you. Look who's talking. I've never been kicked around so badly in my life. I wait for Chie to reach her feet, and then tell her everything that's happened up to this point.
So the others are safe too? What a relief. I was pretty worried.
Chie is so relieved that she sits down on the floor once more. I can't help but smile at that reaction. She really does care about her friends. Yeah, these are the people I believe in. Seeing us exchanging smiles like nothing was wrong, Miss President sounds perplexed when she speaks up.
You guys really are tight, aren't you? Makes me jealous.
Well, we did spend a whole lot of time together last year because of that case. Sure, I was surprised to hear such weird stuff coming from him, but I know he'd never say any of that to me.
Yeah, I knew he'd never call me a loser.
Wait a sec. Who are you?
Oh, I forgot about that. I quickly introduced Miss President and told Chie that she may be a victim in the case. But Chie looks again at Miss President suspiciously.
Huh? The student council president? You mean ours? That doesn't seem right. I remember the new president being a guy.
Oh, gasp. Our new friend's a
What are you
dude.
saying? I'm the student council president. Who else would I be?
I'm pretty sure, though. Maybe if you told me your name, I'd remember.
My name?
Miss President stops moving. What's going on? She can't tell us her name? That's not that strange a question, is it? But for some reason, Miss President seems unable to answer. I sense some kind of incoherent melancholy from her. Chie and I share a tense glance.
My name's...
What's wrong?
My memories. No, I don't want to fight anymore. Why do we have to kill one another?
Kill one another? I gasp when I hear the words fall from her mouth. I don't know what's crossing her mind right now, but she's definitely not acting normal. I glance at Chie, then try to approach Miss President in hopes of calming her down. Without warning, Miss President begins flailing her arms as if trying to ward off demons that only she can see. Chie reaches out and touches her in concern. Miss President's arm catches Chie and easily knocks her aside.
Chie!
What power? I barely managed to catch Chie before she slams into the concrete wall. Still, this sudden breakdown, what in the world's happened to Miss President? Once I've helped Chie back to her feet, we carefully approach her from both sides. This will be a little rough, but it can't be helped. We can't ask anything while she's like this. But at that moment...
What?
No way.
Before I know it, Miss President is flying through the air. She was jumping. For a moment, I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. This is no ordinary leap. She was at a standstill, but now her entire body is suddenly up higher than my head. Her jumping ability is unbelievable. Chie and I look up in astonishment as Miss President kicks off the ceiling to change directions and land at a full run.
Wow. Who is that girl? Did I say something to offend her? She did mention something about her memories.
Come to think of it, her memories did seem a little muddled. Maybe she was on the verge of getting them back.
What kind of memory would make her go nuts and run away like that?
I can't answer Chie at all. What if you had to kill each other? I hear Miss President's sad voice in my head. Chie apparently wasn't expecting me to answer her, and she continues.
I'll wait here. Make sure you rescue her, okay?
Her voice is strong and confident. To drive the point home, she pokes my chest with her finger as if ordering me. Even though she might be in danger herself, she's still worried about others. All my friends are like that. That makes me really happy right now. I ask Chie if she'll be alright on her own. She fires back, "Let me worry about that." I nod to her and begin running after Miss President once more. I will save her, no matter what. Let me guess, we're going to a hallway next. Bookmark? Nope. Is Margaret gonna show up? Even though I was running as fast as I could, the invisible walls keep preventing me from making much headway. I attempted to strike at the walls with my persona, but nothing happened.
So many invisible walls, one after another. Miss President can pass through them. I don't know if I can keep up the pursuit.
The announcement room is still my destination. There's no way to know if that's where Miss President is heading as well, but if there's a shadow waiting for me there, I'll need to get there anyway. Teddy and Rize should be in the announcement room, and if Nanako is being held captive, that's where she'd be as well. I have to keep running, but yet another wall blocks the hallway. At first, I think that this is a dead end. I realize that I can cut through a classroom and come out on the other side of the wall. It's forcing me to enter the room rather than letting me go straight through. This probably means I brace myself to put my hand on the door. The moment I step inside, a familiar voice echoes in my mind.
Hi. Senpai! Can you hear me?
It's
Please answer
Rize!
me.
That voice. Is that you, Rize? The real one?
Her voice isn't coming from the PA system. I'm actually hearing it in my head. This has to be the work of Rize's persona.
Thank goodness. I've been all alone since that weird fake Teddy captured me. And then you were all fighting each other.
I can hear the relief in her voice. She sounds so different from the insensitive and rude voice that had been coming from the PA system. This is indeed the Rize I know.
Where are you now, Rize? Can you locate where I am?
I'm sorry, I don't think there's time. I'm stuck in the announcement room. Please, Senpai, you have to hurry. If you don't, he'll...
He's gonna touch me.
Rize! What's wrong, Rize?
There is no answer. The communication has been cut off. Has something happened in the announcement room? My heart begins racing. The enemy made us fight each other as participants in this tournament, but they captured Rize as well. It's clear to me that they must have been worried about her using her persona's power to tell us the truth, but that's not important right now. If she was just captured to prevent her from contacting us, then the enemy must think of Rize as being less valuable than those who had to fight. She sounded okay, but who knows what might happen to her now. I have to hurry.
Pardon me for interrupting while you are lost in thought.
A hand brushes my shoulder. In surprise, I jump away and draw my sword. I can't believe that I let myself get so lost, and thought that I didn't notice someone until they touched me. This is the second time I've let myself get so distracted. I've gotten used to having my friends with me while investigated last year. I can't pay attention to the entire world on my own. I need to brace myself. I look up and see another unfamiliar face. It's unfamiliar to you, but I know it. A girl with blonde hair and striking blue eyes. Wait, a girl? Her face and voice seem human-like, but the rest of her... There's metal everywhere, all over her body. For a moment, I wonder if this is just an elaborate costume, but I can see the interior framework of her body where her joints connect.
I didn't mean to startle you.
You're...
It's nice to meet you. My name is Aegis. And no, I am not human. You are the one from the introduction video, listed as the Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel, Narukami-san.
Why yes, that is me.
Correct?
How did you know? The question catches me off guard. I wasn't expecting a complete stranger to call me that. And did she say she wasn't human? It's, well, when Yosuke called me that, or called me by that stupid title, I knew it was a joke, but when a stranger says it, it sounds like they truly believe it. This is a pain.
Nanako is important to me. Calling it a complex is stretching things.
No, wait a second. I was trying to play it off, but I ended up blurting out Nanako's name anyway. Calm down. I need to take this conversation away from the subject. I clear my throat and try to start over.
Aiga-san, was it? Why are you here?
Our primary objective is the destruction of shadows, but we have come to this world on a different mission.
The destruction of shadows?
She fights shadows, but how can she do that if...
And does that mean...
Yes. I have a persona as well. Though my body is a machine, personas are the strength of the heart after all.
I also carry the heart of another one, but I cannot go into that. Just as I thought. I'm surprised to find another persona user outside of my group of friends and a robot on top of that. I can't come to grips with all this. From the way we were talking, she seems just like a normal person, only in an interesting suit. True, I've seen stories on the news about robots looking uncannily like real humans, but isn't something like this far beyond those? Still, I can't help but believe the evidence of my own eyes. I mean, I've been hopping in and out of TVs for the past year. Who am I to say what's strange or not? Perhaps the technology behind her creation has supernatural roots of its own. I find myself growing more and more interested in how she came to be here, but I have to put that aside for now. There's something I need to find out from her first. This P1 Grand Prix, it's so similar to the events of last year, but to think that it would involve someone like her. I don't have a clear picture of everything that's happening, that's for sure. I calm myself, then ask what I feel would tell me what she's doing in this world.
And what is this mission of yours?
She opens her mouth to respond, but just then... the monitor inside the classroom turns on. It's at that moment that I suddenly remember. It's likely that I'm going to have to fight. I'd forgotten about sensing that when I entered the room.
Aha! So that's where you got to, Sensei. I've been looking all over for you. Ooh, who's the honey? You in the middle of trying to score with her?
As if you didn't know.
Teddy, it's not what it looks
You're
like.
the one who lured us both here.
Oh my, did you figure it out? I didn't have a choice after those guys decided on their own to horn in on the fun. You're a bright boy, Sensei. You know what's coming next, don't
No,
you?
Teddy, I don't want to fight. The general on the monitor gives me a twisted smile. Could Aiga-san's mission be something that would cause him trouble? I can't figure out what his motives are, but he's using us to crush each other. In other words, she's the next challenger that's being set against me. Aiga seems to understand this as well, and staring at the monitor with a quiet animosity.
Sorry about this. Do you know the rule of this tournament?
Only the victor of each match may move on.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
Aiga.
I have nothing against you, but I'm in a hurry for my own reasons.
Neither of us, in other words, can back down. Then there
I'm
should
going
be
to
no hard
obliterate you.
feelings.
Aiga is refreshingly straightforward about this. She immediately takes a fighting stance. A bitter thought comes to me. It's tough being forced to fight my friends, but having to hurt someone that I don't even know is just as bad. Another thought comes on the heels of that one. I don't know this girl. Perhaps her appearance here means that there are urgent problems that an ordinary student like me can't fathom. What gives me the right to stop her on her mission? Shouldn't I know what's at stake before I take that from her? Thankfully, it seems that she hasn't gone mad like the other friends, or like my friends had. Perhaps the enemy doesn't care about clouding the minds of people who don't know each other. If we're still capable of understanding each other, then we should talk this over before we do anything.
That will not do. We will speak more of this after one of us wins.
Aiga says this so quickly as if she's reading my mind. For a moment I'm struck by how she could have known what I was thinking. But I realize that she's right. What good would it do to talk things over? True, the loser cannot leave this room, but until we have a battle, neither one of us is going anywhere. It doesn't really matter if we can come to an understanding or not. Until we have our fight, none of our goals are going to be accomplished. If that's the case, then it's better if we don't hear about each other's problems before we fight. That could be why Aiga hasn't told me anything. This must be her version of kindness. I silently ready my sword. Aiga appears to smile slightly when I do. Right, when I'm not giving up on what I'm fighting for either. I need Nanako and my friends to be safe. And I have to make sure that Miss President is okay. I will use everything I can to protect them. To thank her for her consideration, I make it a point to announce that I'm ready to start the fight.
And here goes. There's no need to hold back.
Yeah, nothing better than fighting a robot.
Indeed. Let us do battle.
Who may or may not have missiles and bullets and jets. Yeah, you'd be screwed if you didn't have a persona.
Finally.
At least I get a brief moment to not read.
Damage! Severe impact! Light damage! Damage! No!
Persona!
No!
Easy
No!
enough.
Down! No! Guarding! Guarding! No! Heavy damage! Going! Fire! Persona! Rise up! Damage! Severe impact! We will not run! Severe impact! Motor functions shutting down!
Rest in peace, I guess. Place a bookmark? Sure. Oh, I never fought a robot before.
Wowza! Now that's the sensei I know! That hunk of junk was no match for you!
Yeah, that's not a hunk of junk. You leave her alone.
Serves you right! Keep suffering!
Jeez.
Friend against friend, beating the heck out of each other!
But we're not friends, Teddy. A machine with the power of a persona? She was made to fight shadows, but I had no idea what she was capable of. I feel like my mind's been drained even more than my body. It angers me to see that the General is watching over us with an expression of joy as if we were some performers for his amusement. I look up and glare at the monitor.
I don't know why you're making us fight, but it's pointless. We aren't fighting because we hate each other. The reason we can fight is because we respect and trust each other.
A low growl. That's the only sound I hear. The real Teddy's never made such a hateful sound. It's actually rather scary.
Stupid! You're such a dumbass! What's with you?
The image on the monitor distorts along with the outburst. The General's having trouble remembering to act as someone else, and his face bulges and ripples disturbingly as his hate pours through the screen. Any pretense at copying the adorable stupidity of the real Teddy is gone now. I notice that the voice spitting out these hateful words is not Teddy's either.
Respect? Trust? So what if you don't hate each other? You're not like me! I was forced to fight against my will! I destroyed them with my own hands! You should all have to go through the hell I've suffered! See how it feels to destroy everyone you call a friend! If I knew this was gonna happen, I would have made the rules so you had to kill your opponent to move on!
Ooh. The General on the monitor continues to
What
rage.
are you talking about? Why did you set this tournament up?
The moment I say that, I feel that all the dots have been connected. When Miss President had asked out of the blue if we were going to be forced to kill each other, that ominous muttering of killing one another. Were these both something that had come directly from her past? Maybe she had been forced to fight against people she didn't want to fight. Had she been forced to destroy something that was precious to her? There's no way to know for sure, but it's possible. Considering this, it's kind of explains why her shadow would have created a tournament like this. She wanted us to feel what she went through. I might not be entirely correct, but I feel I'm close to the truth. Should I just ask General Teddy about my suspicions? But as I'm considering raising my voice...
Pardon my eccentric entrance.
Oh, jeez. Someone comes crashing through the ceiling. What in the world? I rush over to Igus to protect her from the falling debris. Oh. You know, I didn't know it was you. When I look up, I see a young woman emerge from the cloud of dust. While not as strange as Igus, she seems a little uncommon as well. But even besides that, why did she have to come through the ceiling? This room has doors. It makes no sense at all. I was about to get to the heart of the matter with General Teddy, but the monitor in this room has been destroyed, along with the ceiling. Though she seems oblivious to my confusion, the girl cocks her head and apologizes again.
Oh, please excuse me. I didn't have the faintest idea that someone would be here.
Faintest?
Fiend? Something along those lines at any rate.
the hell is she talking about? Who in the world is this person? Wait a second. That blue suit she's wearing. It looks familiar. With that silver hair and golden eyes. Could it be?
Are you from the Velvet Room?
My, is this what's known as being hit on?
No.
A forbidden ritual where one human approaches another based solely on appearance and bets on the inner self being equally attractive.
What? No, I'm not hitting on you. You just remind me of someone I know.
Okay, so that actually sounded like I really was hitting on her. No, I need to stop thinking about that. In any case, I need to ask her something.
Do you happen to know anyone by the name of Margaret?
Margaret?
Margaret? When she repeats the name, her face seems surprisingly youthful. I've been taken aback by her bizarre speech and actions, but could this girl be younger than me? Wait, what? Her profile simultaneously evokes the image of a pondering philosopher and an innocent girl. I can't figure out how exactly to speak to her. Should I be more polite? I guess that doesn't matter too much. Anyway, worrying about the isn't the most important thing right now.
Oh, actually, we should introduce ourselves first. I'm Yu Narukami.
Ah, that had slipped my mind also. My name is Elizabeth. Dear me, to hear that name fraught with memories in such a mundane, remote place.
She thinks of this world as a mundane place. It's confusing. Yasuo Inaba may be out in the countryside, but I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. The girl, Elizabeth, suddenly bows elegantly.
Margaret is indeed my sister's name. Can I take that to mean that you are another guest of that room?
I see. So she's Margaret's sister. That would explain why she reminds me of her.
Elizabeth-san, huh? Well, I guess that's the case. It's true that there was a time when I visited that room.
Igor, Margaret, now Elizabeth. Seems there are more people who call that place home than I thought. I think I'm glad I met Margaret last year instead of this girl. Jeez.
But why is a resident of the Velvet Room here? Did Margaret send you with a message or something?
I am currently utterly neglecting my duties.
Oh.
Is that so?
That doesn't really tell me much, and I have no response anyway. So I possessed her to come blasting in through the ceiling instead of using the actual door. I decided not to bother asking her that. I've met so many different people over the last year, but trying to have a conversation with this girl is like trying to ride a wild horse. She's just going to ignore the directions I'm trying to steer us towards and just veer off wherever she wants. Best to just hold on and go along for the ride then. Maybe if I pay attention, she'll tell me something worth my time. Even if I try to ask her any questions, she'll likely be confused anyway. Just having that thought, the girl seems to have noticed my hesitation and starts to talk about herself. Her eyes are lit with a sincere passion. She really is a hard one to read.
I have a certain desire. It may take a very long time for it to be realized. In order for my wish to be granted, I require a power much greater than what I have.
She doesn't sound normal. Or how I remember.
The power of the wild card that changes bonds into strength. I have a feeling that the key lies there.
I know a little about the wild card, but
I feel that the first glue to granting my wish lies within that power.
glue?
Glue?
Flu? Influenza.
What are you talking about?
Something along those lines at any rate.
She's having trouble coming up with the right words, but I can hear the sincerity in her speech. Probably. In other words, I think she means that the power of the wild card is related to her desire and came here. I don't think it's worth it to ask how she knew I had the power, or where she found out about it. Just as I'm struggling to follow the meandering path of her conversation, she brings up an outrageous suggestion.
Might I suggest that you and I fight?
No. What? Someone, please tell me how she reached the conclusion that this was a good idea. I don't think I have a chance of talking her out of it, though. But, of course, I have to try to, so I say... We're going to fight?
Oh, how excited this is making me. My expectations are ascending skyward at Mach speed. To be direct, I'd like for you to show me the potential slumbering within you.
Let me make sure of something, just in case. You understand what I'm saying, right? There's no illusions at work?
Such parlor tricks can get stuffed.
You can't tame Elizabeth, Narukami.
I
You just gotta go for it.
So you're actually in your right mind here. That's kind of, impressive.
As he said, he's lucky he didn't get her as a resident. Well, maybe she understood what I meant when I mentioned the illusions. If that's so, then she at least has some idea of what's going on around here. And even though she might understand it, she still wants to fight me. I wonder, though, if she's unrelated to General Teddy's plans and invited herself into the tournament. Do the usual rules apply? As I think about this, Elizabeth taps her foot on the ground and takes a fighting posture. She really does want to fight. The huge leather-bound book in her hand opens as it flies by itself. A torrent of power pours from the open book, with a blue light. I can't believe that the strange girl has such an unimaginable power. She seems so aloof. No, it may be more correct to call it an air of imminent violence.
Alright, I won't be able to hold back.
She's a woman on a mission, Narukami. You just gotta go. To be honest, I was really only saying that in hopes of bluffing her. I have absolutely no room to hold back in this fight. I hurriedly cast off my fear and focus on upcoming battle. There's no room for doubt. I need to hit her with full strength from the start. Even if I were to fight her with an intent of killing her, I'd be lucky not to end up dead myself. At least that's how I feel. Elizabeth calmly begins the battle.
Let us do this. Your fate is in the cards.
Why, she looks so angry. It's... I didn't think this would take this long. I wasn't expecting the sudden turn with the Persona 3 characters.
Final.
We're through. Go.
I anticipated.
What?
Now up.
Excuse me. Thanatos.
Oh no. Oh no. Impressive.
We're through play.
I anticipated.
Oh, I'm gone again.
Forgive me.
Negative penalty.
I will stop you. Opening my deck. Send it. Oh my. From this moment. Oh no. What?
We're through play.
Oh no. Damn. Oopsie daisy. What?
We're through play.
Oh no.
Let's
I'm gonna get her good. It was unnecessary, but I did it.
It's over.
You wanted the power of the wild card, well here it is, in full force.
I'm surprised.
Alright, good fight, good fight. Oh. Just when I thought I'd managed to throw her off balance, Elizabeth gets back up and elegantly as if nothing had just happened. Suddenly I feel an intensity build up in the air. Don't tell me she hadn't been taking this seriously at all up until now. There you go. You get to look at the picture. In the next moment, I'm swallowed into a torrent of power like a leaf being blown into the air, without the slightest understanding of what's happening. My vision blurs as I'm spun about, and before I can tell up from down, the floor jumps towards me and I'm slammed into the ground. Am I going to lose? As my consciousness fades, I see the faces of my friends and Aigis, all those I had fought up against until now. It's like that story that you see your life flash before your eyes, just before you die. Am I dying? Can I really accept that? I'll fight as much as I have to, in order to save my friends. I have to keep fighting. I've come so far I can't lose heart now. I've desperately forced my legs to move and managed to stand up again. Elizabeth shuts her book with an air of finality.
I see. I am quite content with this outcome. It seems you possess true strength.
The unyielding torrent of power suddenly ceases without warning. Is it over? Even as I come to understand that, I continue to stand stock still and unable to
I
move.
believed you were at the limits of your stamina after the battle against Aigis earlier. In actuality, your heart almost gave in during your struggle with me. But each time you faltered, the many hearts supporting you gave you strength, helping you to rise again.
She cuts herself off and nods to herself, as if to confirm some suspicion.
This was truly an intriguing battle. I believe our encounter has borne much flute.
Flute?
Flu? Chimneys. In any case,
I don't remember this being a
quite
thing.
Pleased.
I guess my only knowledge of her is from Persona Q. Even after a battle, she acts like that. I feel like a fool for believing that she really would have killed me, even if it felt quite real at the time. I can't believe any of this. My legs give out under me and I sink to the ground. Maybe she understands how I feel. Elizabeth looked straight into my
May
eyes.
I ask you something? To continue fighting in order to prevent an undesirable future, it is a path of endless hardship. Would you still choose to walk it?
Margaret had said something similar just before the tournament had begun. How I had to overcome the ordeal concerning last year's case and opened the door. Margaret's and Elizabeth's words come together in my mind.
Yeah. Working for a better tomorrow isn't just a one-time thing. The tomorrows keep coming.
Opening the door is necessary, but it's not what's truly important. What's more important is making sure that you follow the path beyond that door. Only once you have that path in mind, it doesn't matter whether you've opened the door or not. That's how I feel.
I would keep fighting for the future we want.
Elizabeth smiles. It seems the former dweller of the Velvet Room is pleased with my answer. She must have chosen a path of her own at some point and is doing everything in her power to see it through. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, but I feel as if I'm able to understand her a little better now.
Well then, it's time for me to bid you adieu. By your leave, I, Elizabeth, am out of here.
Alright, goodbye. With this, Elizabeth briskly walks out of the room. She caused me some trouble, but I've also learned something about myself as well. I think I'll call it a draw. As I wave goodbye to Elizabeth, I hear Igus getting to her feet behind me.
Are you alright? You shouldn't force yourself to move.
She's a robot, she doesn't have stamina. I was concerned at first, but Igus doesn't seem to be very hurt, or damaged, or whatever you would say. She was likely just knocked out. I had absolutely no chance of winning if I'd gone easy on her. Either. This is getting ridiculous.
You are very kind. We've only just met, and yet you're worried about a machine like myself.
You remind me of him.
Isn't that normal?
Igus laughs at my confusion.
Seeing you smile like that, I don't know. I just can't think of you as a machine. You have a heart, right? Then it doesn't matter whether you're man or machine.
Igus stops laughing and thinks deeply for a moment. But after a few seconds, she looks back at me with a serious look in her eyes.
You have defeated me in single combat. That will make it difficult for me to continue forward. But I believe I can trust you. Will you listen to my mission directive?
I have no reason to say no. I look Igus square in the eyes and nod reassuringly. And so Igus told me about her directive, and it was truly surprising. There was another case involving personas and shadows outside of Inaba, even before our adventure last year. And she is a weapon with the heart, created with the express purpose of wielding a persona to fight the shadows. She believes that this current situation came to be because someone had stolen a similar weapon and caused it to enter the TV world.
So, there's another girl robot with a heart like you? And she's the cause of all this?
We came to this world to retrieve her. My older sister, the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris, is in this world somewhere.
Nanako, Miss President, her shadow, and now Labris? I have a mountain of tasks to accomplish now. But even though I have a lot to do, I can't ignore any of it.
Tell me more about Labris, and I'll do what I can to help you get her back.
Unfortunately.
Igus's expression clouds. She said that she was a machine, but she really is no different from a human. As I ponder this, I listen to what she had to say. It's discouraging.
So you don't know what she looks like, what she can do, or what equipment she's loaded with?
Basically, all she can tell me is that Labris is a robot who's built to look like a girl. Wait a second. I did meet a girl I didn't know in the TV world. Miss President. Could Miss President be Labris?
Is there a possibility that she looks, well, more human than you? You mentioned earlier that she was your older sister, so I assume she was built before you, but...
My sister was an older model, a prototype for the 5th generation to be exact. It's doubtful that she would look more human than myself.
Then there's no way Miss President could be Labrys. I could tell at first glance that Igus was a machine. Miss President appears to be completely human. I never once considered that she might not be human until just now. But that just makes things even more complicated. What in the world is going on inside this TV?
Alright, in any case, I'll keep an eye out for her. But right now, I'm heading to the announcement room. If Labrys is the cause of this, then I'm bound to meet up with her eventually.
I shrugged slightly. I don't want to be so grave. I guess must sense what I'm trying to do and smiles.
Thank you. I will trust my sister's fate to you.
Of course. I give Igus a determined nod and run out of the classroom. Man, what a busy Golden Week. I have to make sure Nanako's okay, find Miss President, unmask whoever's masquerading as Teddy, and now search for Labrys. Somewhere in here. If this wasn't happening, I'd be kicking it with my friends at Juness at the food court. Yukiko was trying to be coy, but I'm pretty sure that big bundle she was carrying was a box lunch she'd made for us. As to how it might taste, well, let's not get sidetracked. I'm sure we'd all have enjoyed it anyway. Eventually, I would have called Nanako over and we'd have bought some snacks together. There were things I wanted to buy from the Shiroku store, and maybe I could have made it to Sozu Daigaku in time to buy the last of their special croquettes. I wanted to talk with the owner of Datara and get some books from the Yamanido bookstore. I'd have had a steak bowl at Aya, hung out with the fox at the Tatsuhime shrine, waited for my uncle so we could have dinner, and tomorrow I'd have gone fishing. He's literally just talking about everything you can do in Persona 4. If the one who ruined my vacation and caused all these problems is the same person who stole Labrys, and if they've truly brought Nanako back into the TV world, I will catch them no matter what.
You're not getting away from me.
As I run on, I come across yet another blue door. Perhaps it's a sign that I need to calm down. True, I may have lost my cool for a moment.
Someone here? Again?
I reach towards the door with a relaxed smile. Alright, here we go again. Margaret is in her usual position. I glance around to see if there's anyone else in here. It looks like her nutcase of a sister isn't here. Oh, thank God. Margaret notices me looking and sighs, a seductive sound that also conveys annoyance.
It seems my sister has caused you some trouble. Though this may mean that I'm not the only one who is drawn to the light of your potential.
I think Elizabeth has other reasons, Margaret. There's a hint of tenderness towards her sister in her words. Her sister must be important to her. I can tell from the look on her face. Do I look like that when I talk about Nanako? Margaret pulls herself together and speaks again.
You have gained new resolve by overcoming many doubts and falsehoods.
A new resolve. I find myself nodding along.
You have reached the threshold of truth. But man's hearts are mutable. That is why a resolve to continue fighting is more important than any one victory or defeat.
Yeah, I understand.
But this will be a difficult battle without end. Are you equal to the challenge?
The way she puts it, it makes it seem as if she was testing me. I don't respond immediately, and I think about the question. It would be lying to say that I'm not worried. I know that my heart can be swayed by change. There's no knowing what will happen from moment to moment. But even then...
If I have my friends, if I'm not alone, I can do it.
That's the thing, you don't.
I see.
You're by yourself. Margaret nods slightly in response.
I have heard your answer, but it's not enough. Remember what I told you before? The heart is shaken more by a single action than by 1,000 words.
As she smiles, my vision begins to blur. I hear words being repeated. I have reached the threshold of truth. Everything that's happened during the course of this case runs through my mind. The new appearance of the TV world, this tournament pitting us against each other, the student council president, and a fake Teddy. My encounter with a weapon with a heart, Igus searching for her sister Labrys, and the determination that I've gained through this constant battle. What I must accomplish? How do I show what I've decided through my actions? I wonder if I'll be able to complete this today. I really don't know how long these are. It seems that the numbers of invisible walls has decreased. Could this mean that the end is near? Just as I think that, I hear a familiar voice.
That's enough!
That was Miss President's voice. It was coming from the door to the announcement room. I finally made it. I opened the door to the announcement room and rushed inside.
You're finally here. Hello, Sensei.
You ready to smoke one with the boys?
Congratulations! How does it feel to have won the P1 Grand Prix?
The general smirks at me as I pass through the door. Behind him, Miss President and Rize. When the two of them see me, Miss President looks confused, while Rize's face lights up with joy.
There you are, Senpai. You're late.
I have to stay cautious of the general, but I signal to the girls that everything will be alright. The general is closer to them than I am. I can't afford to make any reckless moves. And there's one more thing I need to know.
Teddy, where's Nanako?
Ah, she's dead. I murdered her. I look around the announcement room, but Nanako's nowhere to be found. The general's face distorts with an ugly glee.
Nana-chan's right here. See?
Slowly, the general extends an arm that was held behind him. And there was Nanako. Her arms are clutched to her chest and she slowly takes a few steps towards me, obviously frightened.
Nanako!
After taking a step forward, I noticed something bizarre. The general disappeared. For a brief instant, my full attention had been focused on Nanako. The general had been standing directly behind her, but now he's gone. How could he have gone somewhere else that quickly right in front of me, without me noticing? While I'm confused about the general's disappearance, Nanako weakly calls to me. Being in the TV world has obviously taken a toll on her. She totters towards me unsteadily, looking ready to collapse at any moment. I can think about the general later. I have to save Nanako right now. As I reach out for her, Rize yells.
Senpai, no! Nanako-chan's not there!
Nanako's not here? What is she saying? She's right here. Just as I'm about to say so, my hand stops. Something's not right. I try to look into Nanako's face once more, and in her eyes I saw madness.
Oh, so close! Just a little more and Sensei would have been a goner!
You bastard!
Barely reacted in time to draw my sword to block the attack. The general suddenly appeared out of nowhere to attack me with his cane, and I get a good look at him as our weapons clash together. I see the madness in his face, the same madness that I had seen in Nanako's only a moment ago. That's when I noticed that Nanako had disappeared. What's going on?
You've got it wrong, Senpai. It's all been him from the beginning. He can make whoever's looking at him see him as someone else.
So he's not actually taking on other forms?
No, he's just distorting the things you see and hear.
That's right. The enemy is able to control what I see and hear. I'd realized that after all the battles I'd had today, but seeing Nanako had made me forget all that. The general laughs at this.
It's hard for me to show someone who isn't here. But you actually saw this Nanako girl? You're hopeless.
Just like how my friends hadn't actually gone crazy before our fights, Nanako had never been brought into this world in the first place. The appearance before me is a fate. He distorted our senses all to make us suffer. But just as I thought he couldn't deceive Rize's persona abilities, that's why he kidnapped her, to keep her from warning us during this tournament. Now that I know that, I push the general's cane away and jump back towards the girls in order to distance myself from them. Good. Now I'm between them and the general. I then look straight at the one behind the bizarre situation.
Who in the world are you?
You still can't tell? Seriously, the level of intelligence around here. Fine then. Here. Get a good look.
Oh boy, here we go. I forgot how loud the cutscenes are. This could get very loud. It's a woman. A robot. With a giant axe.
shadow. The true self. That's my face.
I saw metal limbs, golden eyes, a ponytail. Made a mirror image of Miss President's face, even though she was standing behind me, trembling.
How about it? You wanted to see what I am, didn't you? Why does she look like me?
That's its true form. That thing is your shadow.
This is a shadow? She really came from inside me?
No, she came from outside you. Rize tries to calm Miss President, but the girl shakes her head in denial and squeezes her eyes shut. While Miss President refuses to look at this mechanical-looking being, I now understand what is going on. Because this isn't the first time I've seen a robotic girl before. All the facts match up. The way she had been able to run so fast without so much as breathing heavily, even in the TV world. The sense of wrongness that I had when Miss President had asked me about killing my friends. The way she avoided telling me her name. That superhuman strength when she hit Chie. An incredible jump to get away from us. And the Shadow's ability to interfere with the senses of other people. Just as Margaret had said, all the pieces of the puzzle were laid out before me. They've all come together, and now I can see the truth. Chie, or not Chie, she is indeed Labrys. Labrys, another weapon with a heart, stolen by someone unknown and thrown into the TV world, created the school and forced us to fight our friends. This deep-rooted depression regarding her past memories, all of this took the form of Labrys' shadow, who manipulated everything here.
Labrys, don't look away. If you don't accept her, she'll get even stronger.
Labrys only shivers when I call out to her. There has to be some reason why she believed that she was the student council president. But that's just a disguise, more for herself than for us. No matter how comfortable it is, it's only there to cloud her eyes from the truth.
I don't know what your past was like. It must have had some painful memories. But you have us with you now. We're going to get you out of here.
I call out to Labrys while keeping an eye on the shadow. A shadow is the darkness within a person's heart. Unless it is accepted by the person it came from, it will never disappear for good. But with that in mind, all we can do is watch over her as she accepts this darkness within. We'll have to protect her when the shadow goes berserk and tries to kill her. But Labrys continues to shake her head and tremble violently. My words aren't getting through to her.
You hear that, me? Your friend is trying to tell you something. Too bad he doesn't understand at all. His friends are so hopelessly naive.
The shadow laughs shrilly. Never heard that word before. Continues to smear more poison into Labrys' heart.
I wish I could have made them feel my pain. What it's like having to murder one another. That sadness and pain and anguish. Everything went black, and I was always left alone. I'm a weapon. A machine made only to fight. No human can understand my suffering. Stop! I've had enough. I'm human. I'm not like that.
This isn't good. I settle into a fighting stance, ready for anything, though I have a good idea what's going to happen.
Oh, you're still clinging to that. Then take a look at what you really are.
Shadow's eyes gleam with golden light. The change begins immediately. A shimmer runs across Labrys' body, and instead of the normal human girl there had been a moment ago, she had a metallic body, just like her shadow.
No!
Labrys loses all composure and scratches at her arms, trying to tear away the metal that had appeared. But there was more to her change than just her arms. Her legs, waist, chest, even her head, and everything not covered by her clothing was now obviously mechanical. The reality that she didn't want to face. There are no words we can say to her. No matter what we say, reality won't change. Labrys falls to her knees, and finally mutters the words I was dreading she'd say. "You're not me! You're not my shadow!" Oh, to be continued. P4A story, Kanji and Teddy stories are now available. Dude, what do you mean, to be continued? I guess I finished it. Unless they expect me to click on it again. But I doubt it. I don't think there's any way I finish another one. I don't know, I'm starting to feel lightheaded from all the reading. So I might just back out of the story for now. We'll just leave it at you for today. I could do some online battles. But first, I'm gonna jam out to this music. Alright, I got things I gotta do. Welcome to the Velvet Room. Yeah, that's right, I was trying Yosuke last time I played.
Picture in your head your own appearance as very well.
The online has worked for me pretty well, so hopefully streaming doesn't affect it.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Oh, I want to change my navigator.
If you could choose someone to encourage you on, who would it be? I wish you good luck.
Adachi. Wait. Search condition. I don't know why that one setting always changes. But when I don't change it to similar PSR, I get like Mega Sweat Lords. Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh, and Elizabeth. I haven't fought one of these yet. Well, online, I guess.
Well then, let's get down to business.
I want to see.
Round one. Fight!
Just as I thought. Is that so? Just as I thought. Yeah. Just as I thought. Is that so? How about that? Rise, Hellfire.
What the heck?
Well, you win. Your fate.
Oh, I'm in the cards.
To be utterly impossible. Oh dear. Just as I thought. Over and over? How about this? Yeah. Magnificent. Oh? How about this one?
I just love how fast Yosuke is.
Yeah.
Oh, Garu died.
Yeah. It's my turn. Please do my job.
I don't know how to trigger his ultimate.
This will be a bit fun. Did I see that? Here I come. Here. Passing through. How about this one? Passing through. Now going up.
Just hang in there a little longer.
Please do mind your footing. How about this one? Yeah. I'll
No, I'm gonna lose. I threw. Because I wanted to try and do his ultimate.
Up my strength.
I don't know how to do it.
I can't believe you turned this.
Round two. Fight!
Ow. I'm not very good at fighting games, so it's actually surprising they did that well.
Please use caution. Your face.
Freezing up will only
Shut up, Adachi.
Persona.
I'm not doing as well this time.
Is that so? How about I hit the jackpot.
I ran in the corner. No, I hate this place. This is not going well for me.
Oh dear. Is that so? Oh dear. Is that so? How about this? Please use caution. How about this one?
I lost.
So lame.
Your abilities are clear.
I had heard that you were a total disappointment.
Thank you. I've yet to go through like all of Yosuke's moves or whatever. So I don't know how to like do everything. Or like what does what. I just like how fast he moves. He jumps and he flips and he runs really fast. I don't know. I might do one or two more of these and then I might go back to the story. Who knows? Probably not. But Elaborous. I haven't found one of them yet.
Round one. Fight!
Just get still up. Just get still up fast.
Let me out. Let me out. I love when we just swing at each other. I really need to figure out how to do his like ultimate. Just spam button, something will happen.
Long in there, but you couldn't clinch.
Wait.
I tried.
Behind you. Just getting started.
Maybe we don't.
Just get still up. Bad. Still up. Still up. I'm supposed to watch you get Just getting started. Still up.
All right. Oh, they're also using Fuka as their navigator. Man, these matches really don't last that long.
Welcome to the
I just glanced over at the time and like no time had passed.
You wanna play with me? Picture in your head if you could choose someone to encourage you on, who would it be? I wish you good luck.
Maybe I might go start Yosuke's. Is this the same Elizabeth?
Sorry.
Round one. Fight!
Why not just do it? Come on. Please do watch your step. Would you mind
Oh, the
waiting for a
lag.
moment?
Never had lag in this game.
How about this? It's time to be
Yeah, this is the same Elizabeth, I think.
now. Here. Oh no.
What's wrong? Why not just give
Opening my deck. Round and round. Let's change things up. Summoning. My oh my. Saboteur. Oh no. Mine. This one will hurt. My turn. Ha. My turn. My turn. It was a good try. Oh. What? Let's get to work. Round and round.
Maybe we don't.
Opening my deck. Let darkness come. My turn. My attack. What? Ooh. From this one will hurt. You will see it. Here. My what? Incoming. Let's change things up. I see. Remark. I see. How me now? How me? Impact.
I got him.
Come on, let me enjoy this.
Round two.
Your fate is in the card. Summoning.
Wait, Thanatos can grab me. What?
How mean.
Why not just give it?
Would you mind waiting for a moment? Here is some electric. How mean. Is there soon? My attack. You're frozen now. How mean. Summoning. Please do watch your step over impassive. Pardon me. My turn.
Don't put me in that corner.
Pardon me. My turn. Oh, here's the freeze.
Let me out. Let me out.
Here's the freeze. Pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon me. My turn. Pardon me. Here.
No. Don't do it.
How mean. Remarkable. This one will hurt. How mean. You foresee it. My attack.
Dang it. I wasn't expecting the fire. I don't know how this character works.
My.
I've never played against Elizabeth.
Get him next time.
Beyond today.
You won't get me. How mean. You won't get me. Pardon me.
Why not just
This
give
one
it?
will hurt. Summoning. Oh, this. What? Oh, no. What?
I just need to stay on him.
Please summon. What? Oh, no.
It's no use.
What? My attack. Here is the freeze. Let touch. Bloody hat. Remarkable.
Goodbye.
Remarkable. You are here.
No. That wasn't the one I wanted. I didn't want to dash through.
What a hassle.
Everything's been impassive.
It really is stupid.
No, she blocked. That's the first time I ever got the ultimate.
My turn. Persona. Thanatos. How about this? Opening my deck. What? Oh no.
It's no use.
Oh my.
What's
Pardon me.
wrong?
My turn.
No, don't do it. I think I lose.
This one will hurt.
Yeah, I lost.
You
Nope.
foresee it.
Nope, never mind. I didn't. The fire got me. Dang it.
A total reversal! The excitement of the battle still lingers!
I'd like to close up shop for today. I shall be awaiting your challenge again.
Narukami.
Round one.
Here comes round one.
Oh, this guy's very confident.
It's no use.
Not bad.
Why not just... It's no use.
Over here.
What's wrong?
I'm in the corner, get me out.
This is getting fun. Yikes. Yikes. I can still... Yikes.
Over here.
No.
Come in.
But they might have your...
Round two. Fight!
You won't hit me. Relentless. Man. Man. It's no use. It's no use. What a joke.
Hey, could you let me out?
Not bad. Not bad.
No, how do you react that fast? How do you know?
Player 2 wins!
Why are you here again?
Dang. Yeah, these fights really aren't going that well. Alright, whatever. We'll just suck it up and go back to the story. Actually no. No, we won't. We won't be doing that. No, I lied. I was looking at the time. And I wouldn't be playing it for much longer anyways.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Hey, don't bore me, okay?
Pictured if you could choose someone to encourage you on very well.
Seems like I'll be able to get at least one, maybe two, depending how long they are. I thought I changed my player tag. I guess maybe it didn't save. $11 wins out of 43 matches. Any second now, anybody? Anyone want to beat up my Adachi? There we go. Lord Ventus. Ah, I see. Kingdom Hearts. Akihiko Sonata. Synchronizing. Synchronizing. This is the longest synchronizing I've had.
Oh well, I guess I'll deal with you.
Sorry, but I don't pull my punches.
Round one. Fight!
First, strike! You're up, Caesar!
Knock him out!
That's enough. Eat it! Strike!
And?
They're formidable,
It's
but
no
we're not
use.
gonna move. How's this? My face!
What is it? Why not just...
We need to keep moving! How's this? Use your persona! Now
It's no use.
He's just ducking in a corner. Just move. Like it's not gonna help you, bud. Alright, buddy.
This isn't over.
Why did he just crouch in the corner?
Let me enjoy this a bit.
Adachi. Round two. Fight!
warm-up is over! Show 'em what you really got this!
You pissed me.
Suck it up and fight back! Keep pushing!
How about this? Strike! So close.
Attack!
But we're not gonna move!
Good.
Have fun with this.
How's this?
You pissed me.
That's our turn! Go get him!
It's no use. So close.
How's this? How's this? My face!
That's enough. Leg.
You're still okay!
Why not just give it?
How's this?
I don't think this guy knows what he's doing.
That's enough.
Just give them the final blow!
Could I?
Too bad. Looks like no A+ for you.
No A+ for you.
A huge victory! Player one is the winner!
Don't get so worked up. The guys like you are the first to die on duty, you know?
You're the first one to die. Oh, the eye gets changed to Adachi. So that probably means I've played the most as Adachi. View history. Oh. Look at all my losses. A Chie. I made a Chie rage quit yesterday just because I kept beating her. I like didn't give her time to fight back, and so she just
Well,
quit.
try and go easy on me.
Come and get me!
Round one. Fight!
Come on now!
She's dressed like a Yukari. Hey, stop. This isn't fair anymore. It was funny when I was beating you up.
Come on.
It's not funny anymore.
Oh man, my side's gonna split. Oh man, my side's gonna split.
Adachi. Win.
Oh, they got a Junpei.
Round 2.
You'll win this one.
This is great.
Here you go.
Take, I'm like this. Don't panic. You'll get you. Hey now. Hey now. Is that your best? Come on. Come on. Drop dead. Drop dead. Get you out of your misery. Oh man, my side's take it.
Oh, you blocked it.
You're tough as nails. Here's a lesson for you.
Oh, she didn't block it.
You act hard.
Alright, well, she's dead.
But lose and you're just a loser.
The first time I've ever been able to do this online. I'm pretty happy about it.
Do you understand now?
Goodbye.
Adachi. Win. The excitement of the battle still lingers.
You want to be a cop? Man, I didn't think the Japanese police force was that hard up.
Dang, he's calling her out. Nah, let's switch it up. I definitely think Adachi is my most familiar character.
This place exists between dream and reality.
I'm on a mission.
And matter.
I'm on a mission.
If you could choose someone to encourage you on, who would it be? Very well.
Oh. So the ones the people quit, they considered it a draw. I didn't know that. That's kind of lame. Oh boy. We're playing against a show. Every one of these I've faced, they've just not been fun.
Time to show.
Round 1.
Move down. Anti-air.
How about this?
That was severe impact. Light damage.
Bullshit!
Airstrike. This isn't good. Anti-air. Severe impact. Let's simply wake myself. Try this. Resistant to severe impact.
Just did the same thing I did.
Fight. Back. We need to figure out the enemy's back. Persona, rise up. Heavy damage. You will not run.
Bullshit!
Damage. Severe impact. Severe impact. No. Severe impact. Severe impact. Light damage. Heavy damage. Light damage. Max moving now.
Where are you at?
No. Emergency. Maximum height fail.
Who do you think you are?
Gyro
God
fail.
damn it.
Severe impact. Awesome. Do your best to
Everyone uses Rize as their little guys.
resist to severe impact. Severe
I just walked up.
damage. Severe impact. Anti-severe impact. No.
Bullshit!
Here. Go. Full resist to gyro. No. Damage. No. Heavy damage. No. Severe impact. No. No. You will not run. Damage.
How about this? Great! I see ya! Bullshit!
I failed.
I see ya!
Severe impact. No.
How about this?
Alright.
Minazuki.
This up in the next match too.
Win.
Did you say Minazuki?
Player 2 wins.
It's
You got one of those feathers in you, right? Well then.
I thought his name was Minazuki. I don't know. I feel like anyone I've played who's played that guy They just seem to destroy me. So I ain't too upset.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dreams.
Very well.
It's time to bust out Teddy. The Masked Bandit. And now we wait. And all the Adachis. There's so many of them that I played. I definitely think I like Adachi the most. Oh no. Oh, we got hit with the Ditto. I didn't think it'd be so.
Full power! Fight on! Sorry for making you wait!
Round 1. Fight!
Teddy players think alike. Wait, I've never seen this. What the heck's happening? Wait, she's gonna do it again. It's gonna happen again. Oh, he moved. No.
Oh, don't be distracted, okay?
Player 1 is the winner!
A frenzy of punches, glistening sweat, and an exchange of blows with a rival. That's youth, baby! Now let's run towards the sunset!
I love Teddy's moveset. It's so dumb and goofy. Just the fact that we both had the same idea at the beginning. Come out swinging. You can do. No, it's an Adachi. Uh-oh. He lives in a society.
I'm sick of it. Come on.
Amazing.
Squeeze the nugget. Come on. Get you out of your misery. Squeeze the nugget. Hey, what? This is gonna be awesome. Squeeze the nugget.
The heck did he just do?
Take it.
I've never done that attack before.
Properly. Squeeze the nugget. Take it. Squeeze the nugget. Hey now, come on. Get you out of your misery.
Attack saved. No! Hey, this Adachi knows what he's doing.
Is that your best?
Starting off.
Round 2. Fight!
You can win the next one too.
Bear passing through.
Come on.
Very poisonous. Watch your stamina.
Damn. Come on. You. Come on.
Did they just comment that I did the same thing?
Time to do that, dumbass. Hey. Come on. Dumbass, hurry up and get lost. Get you out of your misery. Get you out of your misery.
Alright.
You did great. I'm so.
We've been graced with a magnificent fight!
Why did I stick my head into this stupid...
Good fight, good fight. Alright, there's no Teddy.
Welcome to the Velvet
I wanna...
This place
I'll do
exists
Yosuke again.
between dream
Sorry,
and
but I won't
reality.
lose.
Picture in your head
Alright,
your
that's
own
enough for the
parents,
Persona
as
2
well as
reference.
your alter ego, your persona. If you could choose someone to encourage you on, who would it be? I wish you
Junpei.
good luck.
Played a couple of Yosuke, I haven't played too many. Just the string. Started Yukari, then Igus, then Adachi, a little bit of Ken, a little Kanji. Make Out Paradise? That's a Naruto reference.
You can do.
Apex has the Uchihas, this game's gonna have this. Is this the same Adachi? Or this is a different one.
All right, here goes.
Oh, it's...
No, it's not. It's a
Are
different
you playing out your youth again?
one. You playing out your youth again?
You and I are a lot alike.
And...
Slash. Blast off.
So close.
Just get time.
Boring. What a jerk.
Still up! Just get still up! My face! Still up! Taking a pill!
Poison.
Here we go! Brutal! Okay.
This is getting fun.
Still up! My face!
I lied.
Boring.
Me.
And
Dang it.
it's no use.
Oh, bingo! Bingo! Slash! Get some!
Good job. It's no use. You piss.
My slash! Still up! All right! Get some! How about this?
Yes.
All right! Here we go! Enough of this shit! Still up! My face! Don't think you won yet! Just getting stuck! Oh, bingo! Blast! No way, Jose! How about this? Pretty effective, huh? You've got left and right. My face! Still up!
I got him. No, he. Wait, no, never mind. He didn't burst. Okay. I thought he bursted.
Okay.
You're the one left standing.
Wait. Finally.
Why not?
How did I not get him?
It's no use.
Here goes.
So close. It's no use.
And stay down. Here we go.
You piss me.
Here we go. Knew it. Here.
It's no use.
Not bad. Mine.
No. I'm gonna die.
What's wrong?
No! I almost got him. I almost hit him with my ultimate. I didn't know how it did. Or how it worked.
Looks like no A+.
No A+ for you.
How does it feel when I beat you? Are you...
How does it feel? I really like Yosuke. Oh. Just because of the way he moves. I think he's an alright character, but you know, his movement in this is fun. Another Adachi. 3 in a row. Whee!
This joke isn't funny anymore, you know?
That's just a normal Adachi.
Round 1.
Move right there. Make him dish hit this.
How do you already have the power? Excuse me?
Something like this?
Goodbye.
What is happening? The game's like lagging. Or like the input lag or something. Like, they're doing stuff that I'm not even doing. Excuse me? Like he's moving and then he still moves.
Something like this?
It's impossible. Here.
Something like this? Mango. Here comes.
This might be the worst fight I've had.
Come on, let me enjoy this.
Round 2.
Over here! I knew it! It's impossible!
I thought you couldn't use abilities if you didn't have SP.
Right there! It's all about endurance. You won't hit me. Something like this. Goodbye.
Oh, that hit me? That hit me still? Why is this stuff still hitting me? I was blocking. Alright.
Too bad. Looks like no A+ for you.
That was well done!
I guess that makes sense.
Is this where your precious
I was blocking. Why, game? I know your name. I'm not fighting you again. 3 different Adachis in a row. The connection was lost. Alright. A Marie, everyone's favorite. Wee.
This joke isn't funny anymore, you know?
Of course, she has an eye patch. She's speaking Japanese to me. Oh, she grabbed me. First. Yeah, she probably has the eye patch because of the ominous Sagiri eye. No! Oh, it's raining. Everyone's so much better at blocking than me in this game, and I hate it. I don't think so, Marie. It's not in the heart of the cards. Can I? Can I burst? Can I do the thing? Yeah. Oh, now he wanted to do it after I didn't need it. That's so dumb. I tried to use my burst through her whole combo, and it wasn't until after I was free he did it.
Hey, do you have any space fuels?
Shut up.
Huh?
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality.
Picture in your head if you could choose someone to encourage you on, who would it be? I wish you good luck.
Let's try some more Yukari. I haven't played as her in a bit. Arize.
I refuse to lose.
Round 1. Fight!
Don't touch me! Hey! Don't touch me! Here I go! Okay, now keep it going. No time out.
Oh, she grabbed me.
Snap out of it. Hey! Don't touch me.
Oh, she did it again. I don't know too many of Yukari's moves. Dang it. I don't know what does what. I haven't gone through the challenge mode.
Hey! Don't touch me! Hey! You're shot! You're good! We got it! Don't touch me! Let go! Oh yeah! Well done! You're good!
Die, demon.
Man, really? Don't touch me! Come on! Excuse me! You're ugly! It's no use! You're don't touch me! Hey!
Got her that time.
Could have been worse.
Yukari.
Next time.
Finally.
Think she'll expect the arrow this time?
Fight!
Yep, sure did. She didn't expect the second one.
Don't pull any punches.
Can't you reach her?
Here I go. Here I go. Here I go.
My arrows don't miss.
Check it out. This is it.
You're over.
Here, shot. Hey.
I love when I just end up like just blatantly attacking. No.
My arrows don't miss.
I don't know what does what.
Don't touch me. Prepare. Don't touch me. Hey.
Alright, I got it.
Alright, a beat for victory.
A total reversal!
A total reversal.
A worthwhile victory!
I'm sorry. I didn't mess up your face, did I? It's hard going up against a teen idol.
Yeah, it's a bunch of adults beating up children. That's not gonna go look good on your records. Movie actress arrested for beating up teen idol. The match has been canceled. That guy did not want to fight me. Oh wait, I fought this guy before. I recognize the name. It's the Adachi, I think. Well, which one? Is this the laggy one? Loaded pretty fast. Nope, it's the Joker.
Wrong. One.
Keep the pressure on.
I'm sick
I'll be following up. Watch out. I got this.
Oh, that's actually kind of nice to have the arrow to just stop the persona.
Come on.
Wide open! All evil shall turn to dust! Don't worry, stay a little behind.
You out of your misery.
Not wide open! Come back in the bud.
You out of your misery.
God dang it. That's such a good an attack.
Get lost! Persistence paid off.
Wrong. Two. Fight.
Get lost. Take it. Drop like the ducks.
Not
You out of your misery.
wide open! No escape for you.
Like this.
Gonna do the other one.
Here you go. Here you go.
Wide open! Wide open! Don't sell me short! It's enough! Not happening! Just get started!
Take it.
Featherwing! Not happening!
Take it.
Victory mode!
the corner.
Wide open! Don't sell me short!
Come on.
Try and dodge this! Ready!
How about time out? Hurry up and get
Can you
low.
burst? Could you do the thing? Burst right into death. Thank you.
Wide open! Put water on it. No escape!
How about this?
One more good hit! Wide open! There!
You're shitting.
Evil shall turn to dust!
Oh, I got it. That was totally intentional.
Final. Fight.
You're shitting.
dodge this! Last through!
Is that your best?
Don't sell me short!
Come on. Say your prayers. Good time.
Just getting started!
Come on. This has gone on long enough.
You know it! Try and dodge this! Last through! Have you? No escape for you! Not happening!
You like this?
It's wide open!
Nope, he's gonna burst. No. I should have won that. Why didn't it burst? I just needed her to burst. She didn't do it.
Bitter victory. We've been graced with a magnificent fight.
Thanks for throwing that match for me. Oh, are you really that weak? Loser.
Loser. I need to learn the buttons for Yukari.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter.
I guess I'll play along.
Picture in your head your own If you could choose, I wish you good luck.
I'll probably do like one or two more. Boom. Yosuke. Oh, he's E+. He's better than me. Oh god, he's Yosuke. This guy's gonna be flying around.
Do you want my attention that much?
Round one. Fight.
Wait, come on, you! Hey now, come on!
Yeah, I think this guy knows what he's doing. Yeah, buddy, I'm gonna have to ask you to not. Buddy, please, buddy. I wanna play the game. Can I? No, yes, please, buddy. Buddy, can I? All right, no perfect for you, idiot. All right.
Just win the next round.
Win. Round two. Fight.
Buddy, please, can I play the game again? He's countering. This is the Yosuke plays I want to be doing.
Come on, over here. Oh man, my side's gonna come.
Over here. Believe in your power. Here we go. Here we go.
Just kill me. Just get me over. I don't want to be here.
Oh man, I was super cool.
What do you mean it's not over, Yukari? I got beat.
Hey, was I kind of cool? I wasn't disappointing, right?
Alright, you're gonna make me do it. I didn't want to pull it out again, but I'm gonna have to.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between
Time for the
Picture
mask
in your
bandit.
head your own appearance as well as your alter ego, your persona. I wish you good
I just
luck.
like this one because it makes him look soulless. I'll have to go through some of the challenge modes with these characters so I can learn their moves. Kanji Tatsumi. Kanji Tatsumi. That's probably what the announcer's gonna say.
I'm in big trouble now! A one-on-one fight, huh? Well, bring it on!
Round 1.
Nothing.
Should have expected the Teddy maneuver.
Eat this! I screwed up.
Oh god, my face!
Don't just lie there! There! This'll hurt! That's nothing. Touch it! Take that! Don't just lie there! You ain't bad.
This is my big day! Let's go, Teddy!
Pretty good luck.
Next time!
It's nothing. No?
Here comes a honey!
End this. Cut.
I think I just died.
Rush him to die.
You all have to look around, but they cannot move.
Sorry about that.
You won, but they might have your number.
Round 2. Fight.
Show them.
Take this. Damn it. It's nothing. Break in half. You ain't bad. You ain't bad.
There's no way that guy dodged that.
What? Take this.
We'll take the lead.
Get me out of the corner! I don't want to be here.
Don't just lie there. I screwed up. Damn it. Touch you. You ain't bad.
I don't utilize the personas enough.
Eat this.
Wait, guy, make it fair. Let me use my ability.
Don't just lie there.
This is gonna hurt!
Sit down. This'll hurt.
Critical moment.
You might need 100 years to catch up.
This is why I play Smash Bros.
Player 2 wins!
Because when you get beat into a wall, you just die.
True strength of conscience.
Alright. One. Jeff? Oh god, this guy's a dark green? This guy's gonna slaughter me.
You can go!
I haven't seen a dark green yet. It's a Junpei. I haven't had a good history with Junpei.
Round 1. Fight!
Here goes. Trismegistus. Here goes. Trismegistus. Crystal Cloud. Easy now. Come, Trismegistus. Here goes. Trismegistus. Here goes.
He's just
Persona.
screaming whatever that is.
It's too soon to give up. You can still finish this.
Teddy's final super attack! Ultra charge! Nile Pan!
Doing well.
I've had enough of this!
Come, Trismegistus. Persona. Crystal Clear.
I'm dead. Oh, my leg.
All right. Come on, you're making me walk.
Take pride in this win.
Round 2. Fight!
They never expected it. Didn't hit a button.
Here goes. Here goes. Here goes.
I tried to trigger his ultimate, but I don't know how to do it.
Player 2 wins!
An amazing Grand Slam! Today's MVP is once again Junpei Iori.
Junpei Iori. Alrighty, well. We got Narakami's story done, so that was cool. So this will be the end. The end, and then to jam out to this.